eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, Clash of Titans.
Hey everyone, Anthony, Tornado Tag Podcast. We're here. This is 49 or 50?
49, I think.
We're one away from 50. So if you guys like what you hear, obviously, links will be below for everything we're talking about. The PPW shows.
You pointed down.
I do point down. Down here.
Down where?
Down here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, bang. Suck it. But yeah, so you can check out all the links below for everything we're talking about. We do have a merch store, so if you want to get a cool Tornado Tag Podcast t-shirt, they are now cheaper than ever. $15 shirt. You can't beat it. And listen, and a $25 hoodie. So the complaints I got that they're too cheap, that they're too expensive, I tried to be right on par with everyone else. I'm just putting them out there now so people wear it.
Deep discount.
Tony's going full Don West on you.
I'm so
Man alive, the deals.
Look at these deals.
Get a TNA grab bag.
And if you do order and you want free shipping, they use code IWEP.
Oh,
I thought you were going
Tony's like, if you want a free shipping, I will drive it to your goddamn house.
I just
and
want
I will
people
leave
in
it
my
at the
merch,
door.
all right?
Please buy a shirt.
I want people wearing my stuff.
And if you want an extra $5 off, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
it's already cheap.
Yeah, it's already $15.
Oh, my.
I could not make it any lower without making, before I owe the company money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're out there. Hit that like, subscribe while you're here. And if you're that guy who's thumbs downing everything, now's your time. Hit that button. And if you want to be that guy and take away all his power, you can thumbs down all the videos too, because I don't really care about those thumbs up and thumb down. But I think
It don't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean nothing to me. But that's funny that the one guy's going and thumb downing every single video. It's fucking adorable. Yeah, and then what's the last thing I wanted to plug here? So we are looking at new music. So if you are a band or a local musician or anything and you want to put your music out there, we're going to start rotating it maybe every 10, 15 episodes. So hit us up and maybe we'll get you in rotation. I do have 4 shows. Interviews is already taken, but like I said, we're going to start rotating them out. But thank you for No Rain Checks for being the music as long as you guys have. It's still your title until someone offers a spot up.
Until someone else
That
dresses
song-
like a bacon, and then you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But
This one's going to be dressed like Scrapple.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a Philly band.
yeah,
good.
so that's
Until that song Ben's writing.
oh yeah, Ben's writing a theme song.
Is it an anime-related theme song?
No, he's
No,
running like an
it's-
80s sitcom for banging beers.
Yeah, it'll be something else.
It's gonna be horrible. But on the phone we have. Well, he used to be the man. Now he's the dark horse. We have Johnny Moran on the phone. What's going on, man?
Hello, guys.
What's going on? I'm still trying to buy a T-shirt off you, but you don't have fat boy sizes.
Well, I'm getting fat boy sizes because
right.
I'm trying to get rid of all the little skinny boy sizes I got left.
Hurry up, skinny boys.
And
Order a shirt.
They all have, something that I don't want to say on the air because I don't want to get sued by Ric Flair. But I got to get rid of those, and then once they're gone, I'll have new Dark Horse T-shirts
Good.
that look like the sticker. That will be a baseball shirt. Maybe they're dropping in March.
Ooh.
Maybe I already have them, and I just don't want to bring them yet.
Well, if you bring one to the show,
Yeah.
I don't have them yet, but they're in the order of being processed. To be
Way
ordered
to call
for
his
March.
bluff.
Yeah.
Baseball teams,
At least
though.
I admitted it
Something
right on.
You pushed your chips out, and I called.
And let's put the proper respect on it. The reigning PPW television champion,
Yes,
Johnny Moran.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
WYLN. Watch it.
Yeah, and there's
Hazelton.
We are strictly for PPW tonight, but Johnny is accomplishing a lot in the pro wrestling scene. Very, very proud of him. Getting a lot of gold around that man's waist right now.
Thank you.
Very well deserved. Changed his gear up a couple months ago. He's doing big things.
His hair.
His hair,
beard,
everything.
Oh,
Everything's changing on Johnny.
And quite possibly, after this Saturday, the Resolution Rumble winner.
Yeah.
With the title shot in his
Yeah,
back pocket.
Yeah.
You will
Wouldn't
be in the
that
Rumble.
be something?
And you're killing it on
AOE.
social media.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me and Festus are killing it.
I like how every single post that says this person has entered the Rumble, he comments, "Who cares?"
Yeah. That was my go-to for a while because I was getting angry that I wasn't the first one announced.
I was like, who cares? I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, this guy's killing.
I saw this nice write-up for Fox Vineyard, and it was like his dream, and he's going to finally become PPW champion. I was just like, who gives a shit? Let's be honest.
And they're like,
Who did he ever beat?
Vineyard.
and they're like, entering the Rumble, Johnny Moran. Anyway, next.
Yeah, no write up by that guy. What's his name? I forget.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy.
Just throw me up there.
So yeah, PPW is going to be an awesome show. We'll get I like to get this part out first. I do know there's a group of PPW fans who only buy their. Now, this is not PPW saying this. This is me. So don't hate on them. But there's a group of PPW fans who only show up if there's a name on the marquee, and I personally think that's horseshit. Because that PPW roster is so talented, and they've earned your money for that ticket. But we are welcoming Billy Gunn. They are welcoming Billy Gunn and the Brooklyn Brawler there that night.
And they will both be wrestling. It's not just
In
coming in for an
action,
appearance.
yes.
You'll both
And
be
if
in
you've
the
never
ring.
seen
I
Billy Gunn,
was really surprised about the Brooklyn Brawler thing. I didn't know he still actively wrestles.
yeah, same here. I thought he just signed autographs.
Super cool. I'm excited to see it. But last month only had Veda Scott and Blue Meanie.
And they both wrestled, too.
And they both wrestled, but that card was so focused on PPW talent and building awesome storylines. It was one of probably my favorite show I've been at so far.
And I have the card here. I have put an asterisk next to one of the matches here. Not the Rumble, because obviously the Rumble's going to be a beast of its own. But I have
It was a good one last year.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. That wasn't it, but I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it was fun.
I have a match here underlined and with a star next to it that is probably going to steal the show.
Brooklyn Brawl.
That's going to steal the show.
I think it very well could.
All right. So, Johnny, you're not defending your title that night. You're just going to be in the Rumble?
Yeah, no, they didn't put me in a match to defend my title. They put me in the Rumble, and I get it because they want me to win the Rumble. They want me to go
Two belts.
into the Super Show to wrestle Clutch and then have the AOE break up.
Or Facade.
Facade doesn't have a shot in hell. Let's be honest.
Are you going to bring back the old shirts if you win 2 belts?
Maybe I will.
That's a hint of what his shirt used to say.
I want him to wear them the same time. Like, did you ever see Tommy Wiseau? He directed The Room.
Where he would sew 2 shirts together?
No, he would have 2 belts. He would have like one over his waist and one like under his ass cheek and around.
Yeah.
And that was his fashion statement, wearing 2 belts at one time.
Yeah. So we might have Johnny
I like
2 belts.
that.
It's quite
I like
possible.
that.
How many did we get an official announcement? How many entrants are going to be in
I
the
don't think there's
Rumble?
an official number yet.
I don't think there's an official announcement. I don't think they actually put a number stamp on it.
There's well over 20 announced,
I was
so
gonna say
30
there's at least
seems like it
20.
might be, because
Yeah.
there's over 20 already announced.
Yeah.
Last year,
I really like that they're giving newer people a chance, like Killian McMurphy.
Yes. Oh my
I
God.
don't know if you guys have ever seen him anywhere else.
He's
but,
fantastic.
yeah,
I didn't know he was in it. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Killian's going to be. Is that his first PPW appearance
I
too?
believe so.
this will be his very first PPW appearance.
And he's absolutely he is a phenomenal heel. Like you give him a mic and let him do his thing, he's awesome. He's
Look quick and look away, Daniel Bryan.
yeah. He has a little bit of a Daniel, like the long haired Daniel Bryan
Yeah.
look. Great physique, great in shape, and he may know somebody on the big leagues.
You might.
He may know
I don't
somebody. He may have connections.
Possibly dating someone important there.
Yeah, very important. Who also had a very high spot this year with Billy Gunn during
Yeah.
a battle royal.
Oh yeah. I had to think. I was like, wait a minute. What?
He twerked in front of Billy
Yeah.
Gunn. The best part about that spot, obviously, we're just gonna Sonny was
Yeah.
twerking in front of Billy. Billy looked
Fun
like a
fact,
fucking.
I used to team with Sonny.
Oh wow!
Really?
How about that? Didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go on Sonny's Pro Wrestling Tee store, you'll find a Mighty Militia shirt, and
No way.
there's a very nice drawing of me and Sonny
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
Mike Mitchell.
You just sold a shirt, buddy.
I know Mike Mitchell. Where was that at?
We did that a little bit everywhere. There was a couple promotions in Jersey that we did it. It was one night Sonny didn't feel like wrestling, and then they were like, why don't you manage the Mighty Militia? And then the video got out, and we just started getting booked, all three of us together.
That's awesome.
That's great.
You just sold a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm definitely picking that
There you
up. That's really cool. But yeah, so this is Billy Gunn looked like Godzilla in that ring between everybody.
I was going to say, wait till you see PPW. He's
You will be blown
he's
away
as
by how
big
big
as
that dude
Hogan.
is.
Like,
Really?
people just don't know. He's like 6'6".
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he's 6'5".
Yeah.
But
He's very deceivingly tall.
Yeah, but in the corner while this is all happening is Orange Cassidy leaning up against the ropes,
yeah, just
and he
chilling
just
out.
tips his glasses down and just like is watching it all unfold. It was hilarious. And then I believe MJF then threw Sonny over.
MJF pretty much
Think.
got rid of all the big time faces.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome spot. So what are some names you got on that list for the Rumble?
So far announced, we have Charles Mason.
I seen that.
We have Tripp. Chris Banks.
Yep.
We have Deshaun Pratt. Main event are both in there.
We announced the main event.
We did, yeah,
Excited.
folk here.
They let us do that one.
You already mentioned Killian McMurphy. We already mentioned Johnny Moran. Rembrandt coming back from that bad injury.
Oh, man, he's a tough as hell, man. That
it must
did
not have been
look
full
like,
break, I
It
understand.
did not look like it was fun.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like just getting up and walking. I couldn't believe he finished that match.
Yeah, it was loud smack, too.
It was
like
real loud.
Late
Oh, my
hitting
God.
guardrail.
When as soon as his feet left the
Clank.
rope, I stood up and turned. I stood up. I was like, "Oh my God, it's going to hit any bang."
Clank.
You could have heard a pin drop in that building.
It's actually crazy.
Imagine being in the back and like everybody was like, because I was getting ready. Because I think I don't know if I was right after that match or there was a match in between me, but I was like right in the go area right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember hearing that huge bang, and I was like, "Oh God!" And I remember who the hell was in front of me? Isaac Rule was in front of me, and I was like, "What was that?" And I like just ran out there.
Oh, it was bad. Honestly, it's
We all thought it was facade. Everybody in the back thought it was facade
really.
because everybody thought he like got caught on a dive. We had no idea that Rembrandt was doing a dive, and it was funny. Well, not funny. It's kind of sad now, but he told me when we were on the Impact show together because SPF wanted to do dives, and Rembrandt said, "I don't do dives when I'm a heel." So he was like, "But I do a moonsault." And then he ends up doing a moonsault, and this happened.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, because there's right where that happened is a group of like 3 or 4 little girls that sit there, and I don't know if they just got the bug or they're like, "Hey, we should move," because if they didn't, they would have got kicked right in because he went that far over.
Yeah,
they tried
really?
they tried so hard. Like everyone that was catching him tried to really pull him back in, but he overshot it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, but if his shins hit that, so his boots were definitely over, and that was a tight spot. Like no one got hurt, besides him, but nobody in the crowd or anything got hurt. But it was a tough spot,
and thankfully it wasn't too severe, and he's back in action. So
he jumped right back up. And I just remember everyone like, "Oh my God!" And I think I said it over like you can hear. I don't know if you can hear me over commentary, but I just went. Someone goes, "How is he moving?" I said, "Adrenaline."
Yeah,
that was like pure adrenaline. Yeah, and he got up and finished the match and still kept doing some spots. But
amazing resilience. Speaking of South Philly's finest, they're in both of them.
Wow,
Sambo Show.
Three tag teams.
Three tag teams in there.
There's 6 guys right there.
Met Kia is going to be in there. Andy Heder.
Yeah,
our own Andy Heder is going to be in there.
I'm in that. I think
Drew
that was
Adams.
the first person announced.
Nola Catano is going to be in there. Andy's opponent in that show. And Fox Vineyard, we mentioned that earlier.
They called you a gatekeeper in his write-up.
Gatekeeper.
They said gatekeeper Andy Heder had a great match with Nola the Ninja.
That means like when people come in, they wrestle me first. Who was the Owen? They said Owen was the one like a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
Bob Holly.
1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah, 1, 2,
said
3
about
kid.
too.
Yeah. They called you
Like if you can't have a good match with him, you don't belong here.
the veteran gatekeeper. They called
So
you.
I was like, I guess that's all right.
It's funny because in MMA it has a different meaning. If you're the gatekeeper, you're the guy who was never good enough to be champion. But
if you're good enough to give a young
beat
guy
that guy, you could be champion.
Oh, okay, there you
You
go.
know what I mean? It's,
That's when I read it. I got the MMA vibes.
The mid-carder Andy Heder.
Yeah.
That should be your new name, the mid-card.
Well, that the guy in NWA Power now, Zicky Dice.
Yeah.
He used to be. He's called himself like the world's greatest mid-carder or something.
And then what's his name? It just got announced too. Antonio.
Oh, okay, Rivera.
Antonio Rivera. Yeah. Who seems like
Johnny knows very well.
Yeah. Who seems like every PPW show he has a different gimmick. Now he's Disco Inferno. He's like dancing. Yeah, he's like a fat dango. That jacket was bright.
And then elsewhere on the show, that's the Rumble, and obviously there's probably gonna be more names added later.
So some of the names that we put out there. who are you? Is there any names that are intimidating to you already, Johnny?
Besides Andy Head.
Yeah, besides me.
Yeah, clearly Andy Header.
He's just a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the gatekeeper to the win.
That's
of
right.
The Rumble.
That's right.
I think
Maybe it'll be me and Andy last. Maybe we'll go 1-on-1.
It could be.
I don't know.
What if me and Johnny are 1 and 2 and we last the whole time and then we finish?
Like Shawn Michaels and the Bulldog?
Yeah.
So
you never know.
you said your goal is to break your personal record.
If I am an early, obviously I'm the last person.
Just practice skinning the cat in case
33
it is that
minutes.
situation.
That's where I'm at. If I
Now-
go over, if I get 34, I'm happy.
if we're not allowed to answer this question because obviously it's behind,
I don't know when I'm coming
kind
out.
of pulling the curtain.
Yeah.
Like if you're a heel, right? Like if I'm a Johnny, if I'm like a Johnny Moran or I'm a heel. You used to be heel. You and Johnny actually had a little bit of a falling
I'm
out.
sure we'll wrestle
kerfluffle.
someday.
Yeah.
Here.
Someday. Maybe soon.
Maybe 24 hours.
I'm never going to be talented enough or ever be able to be a wrestler. But I would, if I was a heel, like that would, I would love to be a heel. But if it were a Rumble, I would slide out bottom rope and just walk around and mess with the crowd.
Like
and
sometimes that's good, but sometimes it's like
The
it's
old
too
thing,
much. You know?
the old thing was like if you had the manager or somebody, they would
Yeah.
hide under the ring.
Yeah.
and Just at the very end, slide back in.
Yeah.
My favorite was, I think it was the 2000 Royal Rumble, and he wasn't even a heel. When Road Dogg just laid under the bottom rope and just grabbed it and wrapped his legs around it like
Yeah.
he was shimmying across the zip line or something.
But yeah, are you hoping to come in early, or be a late entry, Johnny?
I hope to come in early, honestly.
You want to put the work in?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of new guys coming in. There's that guy Tripp. He's from New York Championship Wrestling. I've seen him there a bunch of times. I've never been in the ring with him. Mm-hmm. Killian McMurphy, it's his first appearance in PPW. I'm sure he's trying to make a name for himself. He's just not going to do it at my expense.
Yeah, I hope he keeps coming.
That's what the gatekeeper's there for.
Yeah.
That's a great.
So when he gets it, I'm going right after him.
Yeah, your first time. I don't know if you heard.
Someone told me
I'm the gatekeeper here.
an old name. I don't know who.
Just
He said-
start, like-
he said, when you go in there, go right after the biggest guy and pepper him. He's like, then you get the respect. I forget what I went right after Samu Jr.
Really?
What was it, Manu?
Yeah.
I went right at him. I was like, fuck it.
Honestly, if that's the moniker,
Yeah.
as the gatekeeper, you get the new guys. If
Hey.
Killian's a name, man, I would love to see you and Killian in the ring. That'd be a great
Could have
fucking
an
match.
outbreak too. You never know.
He's going to
Yeah.
start wearing like skeleton face paint. You can be the crypt keeper.
Oh my god.
Go, hello, boys and girls.
I wonder.
And
I
then
wonder
you
if
get sued.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a possibility. I know he said he retired, but then at the end of his match, he kind of said, "F you, I'm not retiring. I'm the bad boy." Robbie Radke did PPW maybe one time. Him and
I
Killian.
don't know.
are
Yeah,
buddies.
I don't know. As far as I know, he's retired, but I don't.
Let's stop with the bad boy. There's too many bad boys.
Yeah.
Joey Janela.
I mean, he's
bad
not. He's
boy.
not. His
Every-
moniker isn't the bad boy, but he plays another great
Right.
heel. Very good on the mic as well. But him and Killian are buddies. It'd be
Yeah.
cool. Maybe he even makes an appearance at PPW in the future.
I never know if they're.
2020 has a lot of opportunity.
If they round out the 30 people, you know?
Yeah.
Last year, Paul Bowe got in.
yeah,
Remember? Were you there for
well,
that?
That ain't
Oh,
happening.
Jesus.
Were you there for that?
No.
Yeah, it was Paul Bowe and EJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul.
He got in. He did
Still
like-
hasn't recovered from his knee
Yeah,
injury.
he did one thing and he just got thrown right out. So it
I
was
think
fun.
I think I watched the video. He clotheslined EJ and they both went over.
Yeah, or something like that.
He took
yeah.
a bad. He took a crazy
and,
bump
and
too.
I believe Drew came out, Drew Abs, and did his little segue thing. Or not
Segue.
segue.
And left.
Yeah, and left. I think, did he get in the ring and get eliminated?
He might have. Yeah.
I forget. Something like that. It was
He
cool.
cracks
it
me
was,
up.
It was very entertaining last year.
Yeah.
The great thing would be if they did that, like, because he has the entourage now, right?
Yeah.
So he's about to be eliminated.
Yeah.
They put the hoverboard under him to save him.
Yeah,
And then somebody just
yeah.
clotheslines him off. It would be great.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm sure that's been thought about.
Oh, I'm sure.
So who are some names? Obviously, you said you're looking to get in there with Killian and other ones. Is there any other names that you're looking to square off with when you get in the Rumble?
I mean, I want to throw out Antonio. That'd be good.
He actually had a few eliminations, I believe. His first appearance in PPW was the Rumble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, him and Drew Adams. I think their
So
first.
he's been there a year now. Wow.
Yeah, him and both their appearances were first in the Rumble.
I believe there was another trainee and he did not make it. I believe.
Maybe something like that.
forget.
Well, there's one guy who's he's a trainer, I guess, or trainee, but I haven't seen him in the ring yet. But he looks like Matt Riddle. He has
Oh,
the
I
long
saw
hair.
that guy, yeah.
Yeah, I think he actually wears a Rat Riddle hat, the
Yeah.
bro hat.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I remember seeing him at the Impact show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, when he first came, like, he had no clue who Matt Riddle was because, like,
Really?
I don't think Matt Riddle was even on TV yet. And I wrestled him at the Monster Factory, and he came to the PPW school, and I'm like, dude, you look just like a skinny stick version of Matt Riddle.
Well, Matt was always he used to be a tinier dude.
Yeah.
Matt.
When he fought, he was cutting weight too.
Yeah, but he was always like ripped up.
Yeah,
like
shredded.
The kid at the PPW school is like super skinny, and I told him, I'm like, you look like a very skinny Matt Riddle, and he's like, who's Matt Riddle? And now he's like
Obsessed
the biggest Matt Riddle fan. And I'm like, I thought you didn't know who he was.
And he went, bro. Now, is there any opportunities? I don't know if PPW is open to that, but is there any opportunities where a female enters the Rumble?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, they had
It's always a possibility.
they've had matches where women have been in there with men.
I don't think there was a girl in last year's, but possibly. I wouldn't, write it off.
I mean, it seems like Christina Marie has no competition at PPW, so maybe her best bet would be getting in the
She would
Rumble.
beat up some of the dudes.
and get in there and mess some dudes
go.
up.
She's
You
already
really
on the
want me to
card.
throw my own girlfriend out? I don't think that's a good idea.
I think she'll. I don't know.
I
man.
don't
think she'll give
like
you a run.
sleeping on the couch. I'm not a big fan of that. Like every now and then when you fall asleep watching a movie, it's okay. But
Yeah.
when you're told you have to be here, it's not fun.
Well, you team up, you throw everybody else out until you get down to the final two. It's just you two. There you
Then
go.
let the chips fall where they
Yeah.
are.
And then you just kindly get out and let her win.
I would never kindly get out. Are you kidding me?
I actually seen some photos. I didn't actually see the match, but you guys had a one-on-one match. It looked like it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, no, we did that at Excellence Professional Wrestling. They were trying out a new building, and there was literally only 3 people there. That's the only match we have against each other.
Oh, wow.
It was just to try out like lights, cameras, and like
Whoever took the photos
building
did a
and the
great job.
sound. Yeah.
Talk about exhibition match.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
literally.
So I think my first PPW is roughly coming up on a year. So haven't been in the PPW scene for about a year now, which is that's a lot of shows. But so I came in post her heel turn.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess before that she was like one of the biggest baby faces in the company.
Yeah, because I
and then
attacked her
heel
like 3 times.
Yeah, I personally never had a conversation with her, and I used to always say to like Alex and Paul and stuff, I'd be like, "Yo, she's a fantastic heel," and they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because she walks around the building and no one says a word to her. Like she is her personified. Like she's like the best way I can describe her, and I think this is an amazing compliment. Is she has like Tessa Blanchard." Like she's larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when Tessa walked
She
around,
looks like somebody. I don't want to talk to her. She looks
exactly.
pissed off.
Yeah, she looks pissed off. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like Tessa walked around PPW with 0 problems.
Yeah.
Didn't have anyone go with her, and no one stopped her. No one said a word, and they just let her go. You know what I mean? Like not doing that. Like because if I say the wrong thing, you know what I mean?
Her reputation precedes her.
Yeah, and then we talked backstage when we were doing like a recording, and absolute sweetheart. Yeah. But yeah, you didn't hear that from me. That's all.
Some other Christina Marie.
Yeah, but fantastic. She does a great job.
And she will be in action.
Yeah, tag team
match. Ultraviolet and
never seen her wrestle.
I've never seen her either.
And
She's been at PPW before. I think she wrestled Dina. Oh God, it was over the summer at PPW. I'm almost positive. She has been. I'm pretty sure she's wrestled Adina twice.
Yeah, Adina's fun. She's good, and she's getting better every time she's in the ring.
At the Scranton show too, I think she wrestled her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I missed the Scranton show as well.
I think they maybe had a dark match together, and then also at the Scranton show, I'm almost 100% positive they wrestled.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
And I do like how they are starting to kind of put a women's division together. They're starting to put some talent in there, which is
kind
fun.
of just Christina and Allie for the longest time.
Yeah.
And that'll be Adina Steele and Danny Moe will be the opponents in that match.
Yeah. And Danny's getting better. I think that her last match was her 4th ever.
Yeah.
Someone said.
Oh, I seen her first one. I was like, that's not bad for your first match.
Yeah.
You did well.
Yeah. She actually, I seen some photos she put up. I guess like she had a huge transformation. Like I guess like working out, she lost like a lot of weight.
I've only seen her since as she is now.
Yeah, she looks. She's fantastic. I mean, her and Facade both look like they're like video game characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she definitely worked to get there, so good for her.
And we kind of teased it earlier. Facade will be facing Clutch Adams for the PPW title.
Yeah, so we might have a title change there.
I assume that's the main event. Because last year the Rumble was like halfway through. I think it was the Rumble intermission. I think.
Yeah.
So
a lot of fun matches. But going back to just the new roster ads, I mean, there's some 2020 is going to be a fun year. I'm excited. Chris Banks.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
somebody I think you should watch in the Rumble. I think he could He can
And
turn a
then
few heads.
who's the other guy that I always forget his name? The Bro
Killer.
Killer.
Keller.
Keller, yeah. Another guy, great look, good in the ring.
Yeah, bro's really good.
Yeah.
When I said earlier I have an underline star next to a match, it's Bro Killer against Deshaun Pratt.
That should be.
That should be amazing.
Deshaun Pratt's another one you don't sleep on either. He's a veteran. He's been around a while.
Yeah. Well,
That match right there is like something that's never happened before, and I feel like it's going to be some kind of magic right there.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good underline
definitely.
there. What other matches that we
If
missed
they're
on
in
the
the Rumble,
card?
I'm gonna go after him too because me and Deshaun have never wrestled
Deshaun is
on a show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bro, but I know Deshaun is in the Rumble.
I think bro would be.
You and Deshaun would be a
so,
fun
yeah.
match.
Yeah,
You and
definitely.
Deshaun would be a fun match. You and Moran would be a good match. You and Killian would be a good match. And I would like
and
to see
Bro?
you and Bro. Are you and Chris?
There's a lot of
Banks.
people. There's a lot of people. Yeah, Chris. I
I know-
know we wrestled twice. Once for sure. Maybe
I know
twice.
when
in a
we were
six-man.
talking backstage. He said if I could pick one guy that I'd love to work with, he said
Oh, how about
he
that?
said it would be you. He said he'd love
Yeah, when
working
he comes
with
in
you.
there, right at him.
Yeah, it's go right for him.
Throwing bombs
Like Tito Santana and Rick Martel, right?
I'm like strong style when you get in here.
Yeah,
Main event has an open challenge.
Yeah,
I
that's,
believe the titles will be on the line. for
Maybe
that.
new tag team. Maybe I don't know. I have no.
I
inside
made a
knowledge.
comment and Midas commented back. He says, "Don't worry, we know what we're doing." But I said, "Man, it's good. It's a good thing to be a fighting champion, but to enter into a rumble, but then also have an open challenge the same night with that stacked tag team division. I mean, it's a respect move, but it may not be a smart move.
The good thing for them is a lot of the tag division is either in the Rumble or otherwise occupied, but that doesn't mean somebody new shows up.
Two guys who are fresh, weren't in the Rumble,
Yeah.
and they now just form
Yeah.
up an alliance to take out two wounded warriors. Because
Absolutely.
anything can happen in that Rumble.
Yeah. And then another tag team match, the Titan Outlaws against Charles Mason and the Brooklyn Brawler.
About that, the Brawler's wrestling. I was surprised.
With
like
Charles
Johnny said
Mason,
earlier.
is he full babyface now?
I guess so.
Seems like it, yeah.
What a horrible move that is.
Yeah, I think they completely turned him.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
he
should
say-
be. He's a
because
good heel.
He should have been a heel.
Yeah.
He turned with
He's so good as a heel.
but he saved his buddy begrudging respect, not buddy.
Yeah.
Not bad word choice there. He had a begrudging respect for Evander James after their match. Evander James was getting beat down by the Titan Outlaws, and he had enough. Came in, cleared the ring.
Yeah. He spit on the commentary team.
He was trying to spit on us, but he missed.
It should be. I'm interested to see what the Brawler can do. So that'd be like it might be the fun spectacle.
The
match.
Brooklyn Destroyer. We're going to see that.
Charles is going to have a sore back at the end of the night, I think.
That seems to be the new thing in 2020. Let's just have an old guy do a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, or a dive or something.
Virgil did it.
Suicide dive.
Who are the two guys in that team? The guy with the cowbell and
Yeah, so it's Bull Hightower and Bo versus Charles Mason and Brooklyn Brawler.
I don't know. Can either one of those guys take a Canadian Destroyer?
I don't think the Brawler's doing a Canadian Destroyer.
Bo,
Bo?
I don't sleep on Bo.
Really?
Bo. I think Bo was almost PPW champion at one point, but like Bo's biggest thing, he always keeps getting in tag teams, and Bo could be a great singles wrestler.
Yeah.
I wrestled before.
For a
GSW.
while, I'm almost positive he was the WYLN champion, and at other promotions, he's been the heavyweight champion. He's
Good for him.
a very good wrestler.
So that's obvious. I'm not.
So you see him and Charles Mason. That could be some. That could be
fireworks.
hidden
We
treasure
had
right there. Yeah.
a lumberjack match.
Oh, yeah.
GSW and Bo superplexed me off the top to the outside. So there's people there. There's lumberjacks.
Well,
Plus,
that wasn't a PPW, was it?
no, it's GSW. It was like 40.
because there was a lumberjack match PPW where that happened as well.
It's a cool spot.
Yeah, that's when there was a guy there that kind of looked like Luchasaurus. He wore like a mask. He was on the one team, and then Trajan Horn was at that PPW show. He was
that one, yeah,
he was
yeah,
a
yeah.
lumberjack.
Okay, yeah.
They should bring him back.
Trajan
dude.
was like 2 shows. I think.
Trajan's good, man. I like him a lot.
And then the other match we have announced is a 6-man tag. It's the Sambo Show and Billy Gunn
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
against the Punk Rock All Stars and Chris Banks.
Yeah, how about that?
Chris Banks.
Well, he's a bigger guy, and
Yeah, but Billy Gunn is going to tower over
Billy
him.
Gunn's gonna tower over
deceivingly
anybody.
large.
Billy Gunn's going to tower over anybody in PPW,
Yeah.
but Chris Banks has the best shot of.
I hope Chris Banks
looking
comes out
good
in
with
full
him.
punk rock attire.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He better come out with face
I
paint.
think he should change it up.
Yeah,
for
he
one
should
night.
just wear face paint.
If
one
only there
night.
was somebody to do his makeup for him.
I'm sure there's someone in the back.
I
who
have
does
no
his
idea
makeup.
who could do that for him. or his hair.
Well, there's a professional cosmetologist he may know, and he's also very good at doing makeup.
Yeah, so I'll go help out.
Maybe he could be the crypt keeper. He'll be the crypt keeper and the gatekeeper. He could be a
Like
tag
Tony
team.
Schiavone always sit by the makeup chair.
So anything else that you really want the PPW fans to know about this show coming up, Johnny?
Yeah, that I'm going to win.
You heard it here first.
That is not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
That's a good
There
one.
you go.
Yeah.
Anything for the future PPW? Is there any names that you're trying to maybe put out there to maybe get them at a show?
Like names,
Like talent
big names on the indies,
like talent,
or
yeah, talent.
someone on the
Hulk Hogan.
roster?
Talent you may have worked with in other promotions that how that we don't really know about.
Yeah, not name names.
Like those gems like a Killian Dame.
Okay, names I'd like to see at PPW. Ray Jazz. I just wrestled Ray Jazz somewhere else, and that kid's gonna get signed. He was already on 205 Live, and I think he was only working like 4 months. He was working matches.
Oh wow!
He was already on 205 Live. He's really good, super athletic. He was a D1 NCAA Division I wrestler.
Holy shit, that's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got some
the
skill.
kid is ripped out of his mind,
Wow.
and he's a monster. He's one that I would love to see at PPW. Trying to think of some other people now that you throw that at me. So I'd love to see John West come back.
Yeah.
I miss John West.
He hasn't been there for a while. I like John West.
Yeah,
I'd like to see his stepdads in PPW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to see Sean Carr come back.
Ooh,
Yeah,
there's
that's
another
one,
one,
yeah.
Sean Carr.
I think Sean Carr, to me, like when I first got to PPW and I seen him as champion, just seen his mic work and just him as in the ring, I was like, this dude's he's probably one of my favorite guys on the indie scene right now.
Sean Carr is very good.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I'm a big believer that if you put stuff out in the universe, it can, you speak on it can happen.
I think he's 2-time champion, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that show where Mike Orlando dropped the title right into his hands from the ladder. Oh my God, it was gold. I loved it. And then the whole time we kept chanting, we kept calling Johnny Moran, not Johnny Moran, Mike Orlando Butterfingers. Like he kept saying Butterfingers because we were for the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it should be a good show. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I'm pumped.
Yeah, it should be a
And
really
this
fun
is
show.
like Royal Rumble style, where someone comes out every 20 seconds, 30
Yeah.
seconds, whatever.
And if
it's
you
not,
are-
where everyone 30 guys start in the middle.
Yeah,
of it.
if you are coming to this show, all right, obviously your ticket to get in, depending on where you sit, no more than $20-$25. Bring a couple extra bucks. Buy a T-shirt off one of your. Support your local indie wrestling.
That's
You are also supporting by buying a ticket, but trust me, those guys are selling merch, and some of them drive very, very far to get there to do what they're doing to put that entertainment on for you, and they're risking a lot to do it. I mean, luckily Rembrandt didn't get hurt, but he's from what, New York?
Yeah.
A lot of them guys,
Yeah,
I mean, they ride
city.
together.
Not an easy drive to go home with a broken leg. You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
easy to drive normally.
exactly. So just go out, whoever it is. If you buy a sticker, buy a hat, buy a T-shirt, support those guys.
Yeah. So whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the only thing I
I got
ask.
smalls and mediums.
Yeah,
left.
if you're a skinny boy, go
buy
get those
my
shirts.
smalls and mediums.
There you go. John Moran shirt, small, medium only.
Yep, small, mediums only for Johnny Moran until he gets the fat boy sizes.
We can use them as a do-rag.
Yeah.
That's what we can do with them.
Well, you know what you do? You cut the shirt and they put him back in your jean jacket. That's the move.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I need a jean
See?
jacket.
Well,
There
they're,
you go.
they're
You do need a jean
you
jacket.
get them on Amazon.
I'll get a jean
Or you can just
jacket.
buy one of them and look like the Blue Meanie.
Yeah,
Like you
I'll
can
be
do that,
selling
too.
jean jackets later on. But
I have a jean jacket.
Yeah.
So I actually just found my BWO shirt that Fox wore. Yeah,
that son of a bitch, I'm throwing him out.
You throwing him out? Square up with him.
For that match we had where he beat me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Johnny, for calling in, and we'll see you Saturday at the show. All right.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. Take it easy, bud.
And I'll see
Yeah.
him Friday night at ACW.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. He's like one of the guys that have never wrestled.
What's that place called? Club Reverb, right?
Yeah.
In
It's
Reading?
Yeah, they get a lot of big acts. Like,
yeah. Friday
River,
Friday
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Friday night in Reading, right?
Yeah,
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night in Reading, you
Mike
can see.
Quackenbush will be there.
Well, as this is released tonight in Reading.
Yeah,
tonight.
tonight in Reading, I'll be wrestling. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a really cool venue. And they're full bar, for those people that like full bars.
Me.
James Storm's going to be there next month.
I
Can't
like
wait,
I
James
like the full
Storm.
bar.
I like beer and wrestling.
NWA, they also have the pot beer there, and it just smells just like pot.
It does. It reeks. We have our last guest on the phone here.
I'm honored.
Here he is.
Sounds
Alex,
very
what's
clear.
going on, bud?
What's happening, guys? How you guys doing?
We just got off the phone with Johnny Moran.
He said he's going to win the Resolution Battle Royal. Can you believe that?
Hey, he said he's winning the
Johnny,
Rumble.
formerly the Man Moran.
Yeah.
Formerly the man. He wants to be Johnny Two Belts. He said he's winning the Rumble.
Oh, is this his proclamation?
Yes, and I
the
told
new
him.
year.
I told him Christina should jump in the Rumble if they need people, and she should throw him out.
Listen, so if Johnny Moran wins the Royal Rumble and then he wins the title, then he's a Grand Slam champion at PPW.
Wow. I didn't know he did.
He's had them all.
Everyone except for the heavyweight and the women's. So
Wow.
I told him we should slap a wig on him, make him Jenny Moran, and we're good to go.
Yeah,
No way he's going to beat Christina.
no way. Christina's unstoppable.
That's awesome.
The only person I seen handle Christina was Mercedes Martinez, and she's probably one of the best women wrestlers on the planet. So that's not even like
Yeah.
a bad loss.
I clotheslined her twice. Just, and she powerbombed me once. So.
Who, Mercedes?
Yeah, no, Christina.
Christina?
We never got that match, though.
Yeah. She powerbombed you.
Yeah. We had a proposed storyline. Right?
She's strong. She's
I wouldn't mind seeing one-on-one intergender at PPW.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should.
They've
Yeah,
had
done in
tag
tags,
matches, yeah.
We will probably
Right.
get to it later in the show with our news, but supposedly NXT and WWE are looking to drop the term women's on their titles and just call them
They
the
already
champ.
have for the NXT.
Yeah,
one.
the only thing is like the NXT title. So which one is it?
If you see a woman wearing it, it's still the NXT title.
Yeah, but like, is the men's gonna be the world NXT title?
It already
Or the
should have been the
heavyweight?
world.
Yeah.
It made no sense that it's not.
Yeah,
That is interesting.
because if you say, "Oh, what's the NXT title match?"
They've
Oh, which
never-
one? It's weird.
They've never really liked the world thing. Like, even back in the day, it was a WWF champion.
yeah.
Well, New Japan, it's not the world title; it's the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
So,
So, Alex, you're calling in tonight. What do you got for us?
Well, on top of dropping a little plug for PPW Saturday, which I'm sure you guys have been doing all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so Monday we've announced a brand new wrestling company on the East Coast. I say the East Coast because we have a couple opportunities for venues, and we haven't decided on a home base just yet.
Okay.
But high tension wrestling. So this is what we're bringing to the fans of Eastern PA for right now.
there you go, high tension wrestling.
High tension.
And there is a
wrestling.
Facebook, and you can go on and you like it. Just type in high tension wrestling.
There's a Facebook. There's an Instagram.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very simple. At high tension HTW across all social media.
oh, wow.
If you try to add it at Facebook, if you type in HTW, it'll pop up as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Or
that is
and I think I
fancy.
put HT wrestling, and it popped up because I tried to type in high tension and it wasn't generating.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So is there
Well,
any
it's still-
any? I know you announced some roster spots. Is there any other ones you want to put out there for us?
So yeah, because
Let's
the time
first
that
talk
this
about who's
show
on
will
the
be-
show. They announced them
Yeah,
already.
we'll work up there. So there's myself and then my co-owner Anderson Scott. Now this guy is well versed in the world of theater arts and just basically theater, directing, acting, music. He actually, if any of our guys needs original music, he'll be the guy. All the original music and our promos and everything is solely created by him.
Cool.
So the first announcement, I believe, was Bro Keller.
Wow.
All Energy Bro Keller.
Yeah, that's a good first announcement.
Good pickup.
Absolutely. And Steve is incredibly talented. And there will be the three companies that I have no problem plugging at any point in time. PPW, Atomic Championship Wrestling, and, of course, my own.
There we go.
So, yeah, this guy's at all of them and has every right to be. He brings the energy.
Yeah, bro. Well, we were talking with John Moran. That bro's very good.
Yeah, very talented.
Oh,
Great,
yeah?
great look as well. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He has these, and I know you guys do the Too Cool for School podcast. What is it called?
Not cool for high school.
Close.
Not
Not
cool.
cool.
Not cool in high school.
Too Cool for School is
Okay.
a way better name. You
I
should
like
steal
that. Too cool for school.
We might have to change it. But he has those Rocco's Modern Life inspired trunks.
He
Yep.
does. Yeah,
Love
I see
those.
them.
You know who else does stuff like that?
I have no idea.
Leroy.
Andy Header.
Whoa,
and,
hey.
oh, and
I do.
Andy does a lot
I
of
ordered some new ones last week, so
coming in
see.
soon.
It's awesome.
Too bad that you can't get those Gambit ones.
He's going to
I
have
know, I'm gonna
Real
get them.
Monsters inspired gear.
Yeah,
He's going to go with early Nicktoons, too.
He should, no, I agree. Beavers. That's my favorite.
we have a really cool green and purple logo that would fit really well with your other gear.
Yeah, it does. Yes.
Tony's like, make me money.
Yeah.
Make me money.
Put that on your leg somehow.
I'll tattoo it on you. Nah, cool.
Get a jean jacket. Put the shirt on the back of a jean jacket.
Get the shirt on the back. We were talking about how Moran has no shirt sizes for fat boys, and
No,
Andy said
he doesn't.
he said cut off a shirt and safety pin it to the back of a jean jacket.
And then I
Oh,
said,
there you go.
I didn't
Old
buy
school, man.
500 jean jackets that you sell.
We'll be walking
is
around like
true,
the Blue
man.
Meanie in our Johnny Moran t-shirts.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that from me. Trust
I've
me.
known Moran for over 2 years, and I only own a beanie. So
A beanie.
a Johnny Moran beanie.
What a terrible friend.
Well, I can't fit in the damn shirts.
You got a blue meanie like the rest of us.
Oh my goodness, I wish I could. So yeah, next we have the People's Tramp, Felicia Rose. You'll see her. at
Wait.
Atomic
Her name is the
Championship.
People's Tramp.
It
Absolutely.
is the
yeah.
People's Tramp. Do
Is
you not
that-
know of her legacy?
Yeah. Did you not know her? Do you ever see the girl that was hot and she was holding up a sign that said "Face fuck me, Finn"?
Yep.
That's her.
There it
That's
is.
Felicia.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's been doing that. She's
actually,
a fan.
She's actually pretty hot.
Yeah, and now she's like,
Is that the girl that I commented privately to you?
Yeah. Oh yes.
She has
she
pink
is.
hair now, and she's like a manager and interview segment person. She's at ACW. That's why I first met her. She's pretty cool.
She's fucking fantastic.
I said, I see that sign. I was like, I'm following this girl.
I think that's going to change for me as well.
Yeah, and if you want racy pictures of her, she sells those. She'll autograph them for you.
Hey, check out her Many Bits page.
Yeah, and you see her at
or-
the show. You just say, "I would like some of the good pictures," and
Yeah,
she'll get you.
absolutely.
what is her
Yeah,
Instagram?
let's give her a plug. Her Twitter,
There
her
you go.
racy Twitter, is at Felicia Rose Raw or Felicia Raw.
Yeah, FELICIA. And she had the pink hair, glasses.
Felicia Martin? No, that's not
No,
her.
no, Felicia Rose.
I don't know if I have her. Hold on, I'll try and.
While they're
If
all
it's
looking that
Instagram,
up,
it'll- yeah.
This is important.
while they're all looking that
This is
up,
important.
let's segue. Ray Jazz, also part of High Tension Wrestling.
Absolutely. Ray Jazz, man, this guy.
Thank you, Brian.
John Moran was just put him over. I
Yes,
do not
he
know
was.
this guy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I found
dude, just had a
her
match
actual
recently.
Twitter. I can't find her other one.
Yeah, it's so funny. Andy's actually 100% right. Johnny was put him over about. This is a Division I NCAA wrestler, 149 career wins, 49 wins in a season. With 4 months under experience, he was on 205 Live. This guy is going places, and one of the places he's going is High Tension Wrestling.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better myself, see? Ray Jazz is absolutely phenomenal, and I mean, this guy definitely is going to make it somewhere, so
And his last name is
hopefully
Jazz,
this
like
nice little
J-A-Z.
pit stop. Yeah.
not to be confused with Acid Jazz. I don't know if you're the Soul Touchers that were in Chikara.
And not
about
Jazz.
10 years ago.
And not Jazz
They were
as in
so
Jazz
good.
and Rodney Mack either.
So,
Yeah.
so her claim. Sorry to go back to this. I'm just. I'm
Yeah.
on
her,
on the Instagram.
Her
So
gimmick is she's a whore, right? And it's kind
but
of
she
her.
went to an NXT show or a Raw show, and she had a sign that said "Face."
Yes,
fuck
and
me,
she
Finn.
made other ones like no flips, just fist, and it was like the fist, like the
We
revival
should
behind
have
fisting.
saved Felicia for last. I think.
Oh, she's fantastic. She's my new favorite. I'm buying it. I hope she has merch.
She does have T-shirts,
And
she's
Andy
on Pro
sure
Wrestling
does.
Tees.
Andy, speaking of Chikara 10 years ago, Deshaun Pratt also in High Tension.
How about that?
Right,
Yeah,
you
Chikara
are
10 years ago.
phenomenal.
Somebody's got to steer the ship.
Somebody traded Chikara 10 years ago. I don't know.
So yeah, Deshaun Pratt. I mean, you know him from PPW.
Legend.
You
Was
know
on
him
this
from
show.
Chikara. Yeah, absolutely. So you guys know all about him.
Was one of the
But
first
speaking
wrestlers
of-
to break the internet with a
Right?
viral video.
CZW.
Dangerous move ever. Most
CZW.
The most
illegal move in
illegal
history.
move ever in the history of pro wrestling.
But yeah, Deshaun, speaking of that, though, Chikara, we haven't announced it yet, but there will be a wealth of Chikara people coming in and out of High Tension.
Nice.
Excellent. And sorry, go ahead, Alex.
No, please, go ahead.
Two of the people we just mentioned, we were running down the PPW card. We have earmarked this match is going to steal the show, buy a ticket just for this match, and it's Bro Keller and Deshaun Pratt.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
And they're both going to be involved in High Tension Wrestling, too, so... That's going to tell you what type of matches you're going to see there.
That one.
Yes, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a fantastic match.
Literally booking nothing but the best, and that's the standard that I'm setting. And and not to seem like I'm overlooking somebody that's on the horn here, Andy Header. We just haven't talked to you yet.
Can we make it official right now?
You need the gatekeeper.
We can make it. We can definitely make it official.
Like a virtual handshake via podcast.
Virtual, yes.
A virtual.
Yes.
I'll appear. Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
Yeah. What do you have any dates announced yet or no? I guess because you're looking for home.
We have May 2nd. That is our first date.
Okay. Free comic book day.
We would have you on the second show, which would be in the beginning of August.
Oh, okay. Just keep me posted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we will be there for May 2nd.
100%. Let's talk about that before we go to the final guy.
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
Let's talk about that. If you would want to give a little bit about what your role is going to be with us.
So we're going to be co-contributing with the Wicked Turtle Network.
Absolutely.
We will be helping, and we're not I don't know if we have an official spot yet, but we're going to be helping make content. Post and pre-show possibly.
Post-show, pre-show.
Some fan interaction, and some interviews with the wrestlers. Right.
Sweet.
Absolutely. As much content as you can create, we're going to create during the show.
You're going to put a limiter on me because I'm going to work my ass off. You know me.
Listen, the more content you create, the more I can edit and put out. It'll be great.
Yeah. So we will be a part of High Tension Wrestling, Tornado Tag Podcast.
Absolutely.
Now,
it's official.
Do you have any matches announced yet for the show? Or not?
We
yet?
do not have any matches officially announced, but
me and Paul are going to wrestle one-on-one.
Oh my!
For the head spot of the post show.
It's
going to be a strap match.
Oh Jesus!
But it's going to be attached to our wieners,
and I'm going to rip my eyes out.
Now it's gone somewhere terrible.
I would pay to see it.
Tony's he's all hyped up after looking at Felicia's stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Now he's all horned up.
That's all I need. I just get me Felicia's Instagram, and I just get the rope on me.
I never added. She just added me because I added her. I didn't know I didn't add her on Instagram.
Oh,
but I was talking to her before at ACW. So
I think we already were following her. I just didn't know it.
I'll tell you what. I did not have a official match announced yet, but since this is airing on Friday, I will be announcing the Neon Ninja Facade.
Oh, nice!
All right. Nice.
All right. As this airs, we'll be announcing Facade. So the first match, literally the show opener, because in my opinion, some shows don't do this, but I feel the most intense match of the night should be your opener.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Facade versus Bro Keller.
Wow. That'd be awesome.
Good match.
Yes. Setting it off hot.
It's a fantastic start, brother.
That's exclusive for your show.
Thank you. Yeah, it always says the first match sets the pace for the whole show.
Now, PPW is also known for bringing guest spots in. Are we going to expect that at High Tension?
Any names or not so much focusing on that?
We do have two pretty big names coming in for this show. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys that exclusive just yet. Okay. But follow us on all of our social media. During the Royal Rumble Sunday, we will drop our major guest announcement.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
I like it. I'm excited.
So there will be some big names there at High Tension.
Absolutely.
You never know who's going to show up.
And then our last name that we announced today is the King Leon the Sixth.
He was at PPW, I think, before your time there.
Yeah. I seen him once.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
Will he have the Squire or whatever his little sidekick's called?
The Squire is more than welcome to show up. That has not been negotiated, but it is.
But he's not getting paid.
At the behest of the king, he is more than welcome.
What about Squire David Taylor?
Yes.
Is he showing up?
I'm thinking more of a Squire Trelawney, to be honest.
Can I put a name out there to put on your radar?
You sure can.
He's an Outbreak guy, and that's the only place I really see him wrestle. He does a few other places, but I just don't really see him. I don't go to those events. But I think if you're doing a spot in the show where you need talented wrestler and someone who maybe brings a little bit of a comedy act, as well as also very, I don't know
who you're gonna say.
So he's at Outbreak.
Yeah, I know.
He's a great wrestler. Very funny.
I know who you're going for. I think Alex knows who he is.
I think you should bring Ed House. You should contact Ed House.
I know Ed House. Well, I don't know if he knows me anymore, but I know him from a long time ago. I don't know if you guys watched that opening promo that I did, but I knew a little bit about the wrestling business a long time ago.
Yeah. So I think Ed House would be a fun addition to any company.
You know, and if you really think about the content that we're bringing, I mean, the first show, because of where it's at, again, that will be announced also during the Royal Rumble. Because of where the first show is at, we're going to be a little more family friendly for the first show, but once we hit our second show, we can get into the raunch.
Oh, nice. So maybe more like ECW then.
Yeah.
That is the 100% the inspiration of the show.
Cool.
Is the guest still the guest for the first show?
What's that?
Is the guest, without saying anything, is a guest still the guest for the first location?
I would say no. If the guest is,
are you going to move to the second? Are you going to move to
100%? See what I did.
Well, if you're going to have
Such an odd choice when you're holding a show at a McDonald's play place.
So
if you're
let's just say we can hint it.
You're not too far away.
You know, there's a raunchy first guest coming in, and I have kind of, I mean, it's wrestling. We all know it's a bit scripted. I have kind of altered the match a bit to, surprise. I've altered the idea of the match a bit to make it a little more family friendly.
Okay.
Well, hey, if you don't want raunch, then maybe you shouldn't have Felicia on the first show.
Well, we're kind of gonna
Felicia's
we're curbing her a little bit too. But
second show,
again,
no holds bar.
It's going to be Face Love Me, Finn. This
Yeah.
Face love.
Is Felicia wrestling first night?
She doesn't wrestle.
Oh, she doesn't wrestle.
Yeah, she's only like a manager /
She's going to be the face of High Tension.
interviewer, stuff like that. Yeah, she's not an in-ring talent.
Okay.
But she does manage.
Yep, she manages.
Does she take bumps?
She's doing backstage
I would say no.
commentary, all that.
All right.
Not the bumps you're thinking about.
Yeah, not that. She goes on her back, but not for.
But not. She goes on the record for pro wrestling. Just
and I'm not saying
in the
anything
ring.
that she wouldn't say herself.
Exactly. I love it.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited to be to bask in her glory. We'll say.
Well, when she comes out, if you're in the front row and you hit the VIP section, I don't know if we can do this on our first show, but she does a thing called the tit splits.
Yeah.
So she'll take your face and rub it in her tits.
The old classic motorboat.
Well, she will be on the post show, right?
How much is this?
The post show is no holds barred.
That's what you and Paul get the fight over.
Yeah, me and Paul are in a Strat Mat, so who gets the first motorboat of the post show?
Like Dice says.
The more Tony asks us, the less sexy it becomes. Every word that comes out of his mouth is just killing this.
Yeah, some perverted stuff.
You're not invited anymore, Tyler.
It sounds great though so far. So we got a show in May. We got the second show in August, and I know it's early, but what are you looking at for title belts? Are you gonna do tag team, singles? Like what are you?
Yeah, we're gonna do tag team. We're gonna do the traditional heavyweight and the traditional women's, and then at some point we're gonna come up with either a belt or some sort of a tournament.
Like a cup, maybe?
Style, like a cup type of thing. That'll be like a special annual event as well.
Oh, cool.
Very
nice.
Yeah.
We were actually thinking about getting a belt made for our show.
Well, there you go.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there'll definitely the tournament that I'm thinking of is probably going to be turtle related.
Oh, nice.
As
the turtle.
So I mean,
can we get a book, Steve the Turtle Wiener?
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm definitely all about supporting all the people that support us. So as you guys integrate into the company, there's a wealth of things that you guys can do and integrate and publicize. You know, we support each other, and that's huge.
100%, man. I appreciate that. And I'm actually excited to do some content with you guys this Saturday at PPW. So we're gonna have we're gonna do some cool stuff.
Yeah, I look forward to wrestling there. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So officially announced tonight. You're gonna see, you heard it here. You're gonna see Tornado Tag podcast team, part of High Tension Wrestling, as well as Andy Header as Tornado Tag Tornado Tag
talent.
and as talent.
Yeah.
So we'll get some pictures tonight, and we'll send them over to you.
That'll be phenomenal. Thank you.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to plug before we?
Just again, High Tension, HTW all over the place, and Billy Gunn. Saturday night, suck it, dude.
Yeah. And how about Brooklyn Brawler actually wrestling?
Yeah, that blows my mind too. I did not know that was happening.
Yeah.
Now you are more than welcome to hang out with us for the remainder of the show. We're going to go over some news and what's going on this weekend. It's up to you.
Sure, yeah, why not? Absolutely.
All right, cool. So we'll keep Alex on the line here, and we'll talk the rest of the stuff. We're about 53 minutes in, so we'll get through some stuff.
Which is about how long Andy wants to last at the Rumble this weekend.
Rumble.
Yeah.
If I come in number 1 and I last, let's say it's 50 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in there, and I'm the final person I don't have to win. Whoever wins, and I'm in for the whole entire time. I'm happy.
You just want to break.
I don't care if I eliminate one person. Yeah. I don't care.
Someone's gonna come out and be like, Andy, I was just told to throw you out. And you're like, I'm not going. I'm not going.
I was like, I'm not going, brother.
You're gonna have to shoot me, brother.
Yeah.
You could be like,
stiff him.
You could be like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not fucking leaving.
Just throw him in the corner and start chopping.
I'm staying. I'm finishing my coffee.
That don't work for me, brother.
Yeah. So obviously SmackDown is happening tomorrow or tonight because it's airing Friday. So we have no idea what's happening there. Raw this week, just to kind of glance over things. Not a terrible show once again. Raw,
that's what I heard.
I thought it was good.
When it comes to actual putting matches on, Raw has actually been picking it up.
A lot of title changes this week, too.
The third hour drags, though. That's what I heard a lot of times.
Yeah. For me, every time Seth Rollins is on the screen, it drags for me.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that stable, but like if you have a tag team as stable, don't put the tag belts on the non-tag team. I mean, I guess the tag team's so low, who cares?
I mean, it would make sense.
Tag team division.
It would make sense if it was like an existing thing and they're trying to build resentment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you were turning AOP or something like that, it would make more sense.
Yeah. But then it's like, what does
I
AOP do?
actually liked it just because it gave Buddy a reason to be in the stable. It was like Seth was rewarding him. Like, hey man, thank you for joining us. Because of that, we got a title shot tonight.
But we have the best tag team probably in the division, and we're going to be the champions over them.
I mean, AOP right now is more the muscle of Seth.
It's kind of just hired thugs.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so the theme of this week has been title changes. So we had one on Raw. The tag team titles are now Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy.
That's Seth Rollins has won what?
He's the one with 5 different people.
Yeah, in the past 6 years.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But he has not won.
There's a lot of those kind of guys. There's like tag team specialists. That's what I call them. It's like him, Kofi, Kane's like the biggest one.
Yeah,
Kane's like 7 different people.
Yeah,
Edge, Big Show,
RVD.
RVD. There's all these Mysterio. Like all these guys could win the belt with like anybody.
Jericho.
Yeah.
For me, the tag team specialists will always be the Rockers because Monsoon would always call them the tag team specialists.
And then NXT and AEW this week. I tried so hard to stay awake. I'm running on E.
Yeah. I didn't see a second of NXT.
Once this month, I think this week is over. I don't have any. Like Wednesdays, I'll have no show going on Wednesday, so I can really come home and relax.
You have enough in the bank. If you're forgetting about shows, you have enough in the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about doing an unboxing. I forgot to edit one. Oh boy. But yes, I do know title changed hands. Keith Lee is now your North American title.
Yes.
Now him and Roddy was at the main event.
Yes.
No, I have to watch that.
then,
I also really want to see Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. Two of my favorites.
That started the show. Or no, it was the second match of the show.
Two of my, I don't know who I'd pick there. Did flip a coin. I'm happy with either.
Oh god, they're both gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was a fun match. It was a run in.
Oh, okay.
Bianca Belair ran in and kind of ruined it, but it was up until that point. It was a good match.
The Stardom match right there.
Some fun tag matches.
The
too.
finals of the Dusty Rhodes Classic is going to be the Grizzled Young Vets versus the Bruiserweights.
Broserweights.
The Broserweights.
Broserweights. Sorry.
I think Grizzled Young Vets win it.
I hope so, but I think they're going to go the other way.
I think it's going to be Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle.
Really?
And then they win the tag belts.
I just think the other
wish
team
it was
such a well-established team outside of NXT.
But they try to usually go with put two guys together and win.
That's what they do for every Dusty Rhodes thing. It's so weird. It's just like two single stars are now going to be a team for this, and you're going to win.
Yeah.
But I think because I think UK is not going to go over as much as people would think to NXT during Worlds Collide. I think they're going to come out on top for UK in the tag team tournament.
I hope so.
Maybe.
They already have 2 great wins. They beat the Time Splitters and they beat the Undisputed Era. That's great. And so if they win the whole thing, they look like like shit.
Yeah.
Too bad they didn't promote NXT UK at all.
Yeah, I think that's what this Worlds Collide's going to try to do.
But then it'll be like right in a week, it'll be like, who cares? When does the show even come on? You know, it's like,
How about Walter saying that he was interviewed and he's like, he really wants to be part of the Rumble, and they brought, he was on the Survivor Series team, and he was like, I had no interest in being in that match at all. Like, they asked me to do it. He's like, but I did not care. He's like, I didn't care about being teammates with any of those people. I didn't care about wrestling any of those people. He's like, I was not interested. He's like, I just did it because they asked me to.
And
He's
then
like,
he was out a minute anyway.
Yeah,
that's why
and that's probably exactly why, because they're like, okay, if you're going out there, you're gone. Then
he's one of them guys where if they fire him, I'm like, what?
Yep,
he won't struggle in the indie scene. Yeah.
Oh, how about, did you guys watch him chop the shit out of Adam Cole at the end of NXT? Dude, oh man, it's great. It's a GIF already. It's fucking great.
And then AEW was on the cruise, on the cruise ship.
That looked really cool. It was neat.
The ring was a little small, but what
I
can you do? It's on a boat.
Was the ring small, or was it just so tight with the crowd that it looked smaller?
I think that ring was smaller than normal.
They might have, because normal is 20 by 20. They might have
like 16 by 16
and
everything.
everything.
18,
I didn't see much of what happened there, but I do know tag team change. We have a new tag team champions.
Yeah, that was the first match. It was very good.
Hangman and Adam Cole are your new tag team champions.
Adam Cole?
I'm sorry, Hangman and Kenny Omega.
Adam Cole's dead in AEW.
That's what I wanted to say. That's why I was actually why that popped in my head is from being the elite.
They mentioned
he said Adam Cole. I was like, oh yeah, it was sucked that he's dead.
He's like, he was pretty good, but he's dead. Yeah. He's good for a dead guy.
And then that's what I think I was watching with Heidi, and she goes, Adam Cole's dead. I was like, in their world,
in this universe,
in this multiverse.
Nobody ever talks about Kenny's a murderer.
Yeah,
and that made Britt Baker make a dark turn when now she's making fun of poor Tony Schiavone.
I know, shitty barista. That first match, that tag match was really good.
And and I love the booking of it, that like Page won it on his own.
Yeah,
like he hit him both of the like SCU with his finisher.
Yeah, the buckshot lariat to the outside because there was a ramp, and then back into the inside. And they made it look like SCU was going to win a couple times. Like, oh, they're going to keep it.
And I like the cruise thing too. Like the cruise thing was fun. It's always good to have a different change of pace. Very windy.
Yeah,
like, incredibly.
And
windy.
one of the coolest moments. Watch this when you get time. When Chris Jericho comes out, they act like he's a god, right? And everyone's singing along to his music.
Everybody sings Judas.
I don't think they did it on purpose, but they turned the song off. They kept singing it, and he's just there like, yeah,
the crowd.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They're talking about doing it live next year because this time there was some like convoluted thing where they had 2 master tapes, and they sent them on 2 different helicopters off the boat to wherever the network is, in case one of the helicopters crashed or something.
It's funny. Dave Meltzer was saying that they were like docked for like the show,
and
then another boat like pulled in right before the show started, and the entire crowd started chanting "Fuck your boat, fuck your boat," and they were like, "Oh my god, we can't have this doing this on air." So they're like, "Jesus Christ, please stop it."
There was a lot of chance that the censor, and then that boat sucks or something like they're chanting.
Really.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do a live show, because it's technically a mobile thing. So
you would have to dock and have like a satellite transmitter.
So.
Apparently, night one of the show, because like a lot of the wrestlers were like loaded for the shows. Jack Swagger was really loaded, and he like straight up stiffed Scorpio Sky and punched him straight in the face. So they're saying Scorpio Sky had like a rough night 1 and 2 where he got like both nights going fucked up, and he was like, God.
So they were letting him go in there just fucked up.
Did anybody see Moxley
it's party time
singing karaoke?
Yeah, that was fun.
He was so.
Well, they said he walked around the boat the entire time with the bandage on his head until they ripped it off.
That was great.
That was a good match too. Him versus Pac.
Yeah. Cody, I guess, was interviewed by Orange Cassidy, and they said, "Man, he's funny, he's super entertaining, but wait till we let him loose." They keep saying like, "Wait till
Orange
we let
Cassidy,
him loose."
he's good.
Oh, he's really good.
If you ever saw like, he's closely related to somebody from Chikara, Fire Ant.
Yeah, ever watched the Colony wrestle?
He's quite good.
Yeah,
Cody did a really good promo on the boat. Him and MJF, and they're doing the whole angle where MJF knows that like Cody can't touch him. So like MJF's like, here, and you drop the fucking mic, and then Cody went to pick up and kicks the mic.
Yeah, like all this really good shit. Yeah,
man.
Then the Bucks come out and kicked him and threw him in the pool.
Yeah, of course.
You can't throw someone off the boat because they fucking die.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back.
It was
and
a
watch
good show. It was a solid show.
It was really good.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch tonight while I'm
editing. It was
editing.
all just wrestling. There was nothing backstage or anything because of the boat.
Alex, did you get a chance to watch anything on Wednesday?
I did not, unfortunately. I too busy putting all this stuff out on the internet.
I can imagine,
reactions and people trying to get booked, and I'm like, no, not yet.
Look at him and Tony with their work ethic. This is ridiculous.
I'll typically tell you, when you announce there's a show, hey brother, got a spot for me. There's that. You're gonna get a bunch of that, and then it's enough work getting who you are getting and lining them all up, and then the pay and everything. Oh, it's quite a job.
If you need to get booked for High Tension,
message Alex right now.
You message me, and I'll see if you're worthy enough to even talk to Alex.
You don't want to do this.
There you go.
Oh god, you sure
I'll just ignore everyone.
One time someone was fucking people,
and then Alex will work on his show.
If you'd like to get booked at True Wrestling, please message this person, right? And that guy got so many messages. He's like, I can't book you. It's like, that's so funny.
Every indie wrestler on the East Coast just dropped their free weights and hopped off their trampoline, and now they're going to message you.
Hey brother, I seen you running.
So message Paul.
Message Paul.
No.
Paul.
Yeah.
Penguin.
Penguin Paul. Message Paul the Penguin for all your High Tension.
No, he'll book everybody.
And then when they come for their pay, go see Paul the Penguin.
And he'll say, no, he meant Paul Bow. Go see Paul Bow.
Yeah, go see Paul Bow. I meant Paul Bow.
There you go. Wrong company.
Let's not give out misinformation.
Yeah.
And now this weekend's pretty loaded too when it comes to shows.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Friday night is going to be NWA.
Hard times, baby.
NWA Hard Times.
Hard times, daddy. Don't sing that Billy Corgan song because it's awful.
I still don't get the main event, though. I still don't understand why Nick Aldis and Flip Gordon would be the...
Like he attacked him at that ROH show, and obviously they're doing a partnership, but it's like, but I heard it's non-titled, so it's like, obviously Marty comes out, he says he's going to be there, but like, you'd think Marty versus Nick, it's almost like they shouldn't be having this pay-per-view. Like, they should have a special...
It should just be an NWA pay-per-view, strictly that, nothing with Ring of Honor, and then the next one should be Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like, they should build to it, you know?
Yeah.
But they got Dan Moff is in the TV title tournament.
That's the only reason I haven't gone so far in the tournament. I have him and Tim Storm in the final because like they literally are saying it's NWA versus Ring of Honor. They don't have any other matches besides Nick Aldis and fucking Flip. So I'm like, I guess the Ring of Honor guy will make. I
thought they were going to do two, but then they got Matt Cross. He's not an ROH. Yeah. I would see if they have this.
I have. Well, you do your prediction because we're pretty on the same page.
I have the new stable Strictly Business kind of running the table here. Scott Steiner over Aaron Stevens.
He's a hired mercenary. He's not in Strictly, Nick Aldis said.
Still.
Yeah, he's a hired mercenary.
He's going to be the hired mercenary that takes the national title. I have Ricky Starks beating the question mark to win the television title.
That's exactly how I have
turning heel and joining Strictly Business.
Is that your finals then? Ricky Starks versus question mark?
Same here. That's exactly. Actually, I was telling him on the way up that my pick, and he goes, "Yeah, I had the same thing."
And because they've teased so much, and Nick Aldis is saying that would be my number one draft pick. Ricky Starks would be my number one pick.
No, yeah.
I think he joins them and is that guy in waiting.
I think he'd be a better heel too.
And he'll wind up joining Strictly Business and being the TV champion. I have wild cards. Latimer and Isaacs winning the tag titles back from the Rock and Roll Express.
Is that a three-way? Who else is it?
Yeah, it's a three-way.
Storm and
James
Drake.
Storm.
Oh, okay. I don't see
Eli
him winning
Drake.
the tag belts, but I see Wildcard.
I have Wildcard winning it as well.
And then
if you want to play along with this, go over to Pro Wrestling Scorecards, download your card, or I believe they're having a contest where you can get digital codes. I may have some digital codes left. Hit me up, and we can get you on a part of the digital access because Pro Wrestling Scorecards was cool enough to give me some codes.
Yeah, I have to click on that link because I went to the site again today. I was like, I can't get it.
Actually, that's the shirt. So I'm thinking to myself, what am I wearing for PPW? Because I'm very conscious about the shirts I wear for shows. I'm wearing my brand new Crate shirt, but for PPW this week, I am going to be wearing my Pro Wrestling Scorecard shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
No Savage Grandma for PPW.
I'll wear that the first show of High Tension because old lady with a middle fingers will
that's when I'll bring back the Goldblum shirt for High Tension.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to wear your grandmother flipping everyone the bone at a PPW show, especially if I'm going out there doing fan interaction.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a plan though. Wear that on the first High Tension show.
Yeah, that'll be my go. Yeah, the post show I'll be wearing.
The first shirt I'm going to wear for that is I'm not Finn, but I'll do.
Or you can have a shirt that says, "Hey, I cleaned your seat off," and it's just your face.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many possibilities with this woman. I think she's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's funny that she's even like. Is she from around here?
No, she's from New York City.
Oh,
New York
from the Big Apple.
It's a 2-hour drive.
That's not terrible.
Yeah. You want a picture? I'll get you one. I'll get you one Friday night.
All right, sounds good. And then Saturday we have Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun card. Once again, if you want to play along, that'll be on the.
Does that come on earlier or does it come out at night?
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's in the UK.
Okay.
I think it comes on 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Sunday,
Is-
the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We really don't have an official card yet for that one because
They don't like to announce matches.
They have a couple
They have 8 matches announced for the
Oh,
Rumble
really?
so far,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They've
That's
actually done
8
a good
matches
job
on
with
top
this
of 2 Rumbles. Some of them got to be appreciated.
Well, including the 2 Rumbles.
Yeah.
So it's like 6 matches
Oh,
plus the 2
okay. But
Rumbles.
still, that's a lot.
And-
Back in the day, it would be like 2 matches Rumble. There you go.
4 matches in a Rumble, I think, was
Yeah.
the standard for a while.
we're at hour 7. So let's kind of dive in a little bit real quick about some Rumble predictions. Not so much match wise, unless you really want to get a match. We'll just get into the heart. Like we'll get into some Rumble picks, and then Brian has a little bit of the history of the Rumble we're going to do for our topic tonight.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to give you some time here.
Yeah, we can make it. We can cut all this out.
So, Women's Rumble.
Yeah.
Who do you got coming in as
Here,
one?
let's say this first. Is the Women's Rumble first or is the Men's Rumble first?
Women's Rumble's first.
What was it last year?
Last year, the women's was first and the men main evented, so I could see them flopping.
I think they're-
Because the
I
year
think they're
before,
flipping
the
it.
men's was first and the
Okay,
women's
I think
main
they're going to flop it then, and then the men's will be first and the women's, just because they'll just
a good
be
pick.
fair.
I think the Women's Rumble goes on last.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but then you have to have Ronda come out.
Yeah,
That's what I think is going to happen.
That's exactly what I think is going
I
to
think
happen.
Ronda's number 30 and she wins it.
really. Okay.
It's either Ronda or it's Shayna.
Shayna, yeah,
It's
one of
the
those
two.
two.
What if-
one of them has to face back?
What if it's Ronda and Shayna, and then they get their face off, but you forget that Charlotte was laying there and she dumps them both out?
Oh man,
Charlotte has to win the Royal Rumble because she never
She's
did
the
that.
only-
sure win
she's
it
never
eventually. Sure, definitely.
Yeah,
win
sure,
it eventually.
yeah. That's one of my top Final Four, Charlotte.
I think that Becky. I mean, not Becky. I think Sasha will be the Iron Woman, though. I think she'll come in like
Okay.
number 2 or
No,
3.
I think
and
she's already had it.
I think
I
she'll
think-
last for a long
I have
time.
somebody else's because the year she was the Iron Woman, she came out in Wonder Woman gear.
Yeah, she did.
But the reason
but
they
they're
have her doing that is because I think her and Bayley are going to be the SmackDown Women's title match. I think that
Yeah.
Becky
Oh, okay.
is going to turn on her eventually.
Here's how I would have Charlotte win the Rumble. I'd have her maybe win it next year, and I have the perfect stage set. You do a thing where somehow the Raw Women's title gets held up, and it's for the Raw Women's title.
Oh, there you go. You have her come out number 2.
She comes out
That'd be
number
cool.
3.
Yeah, number 3.
She goes out number 3, and it's down to her, Becky, and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley tosses Becky. Becky gets all angry and tries
And
to pull
pulls
her
her.
out.
I think Rhea
And then Charlotte dumps
I think
Rhea
Rhea will
Ripley.
be in the Final Four this year. I think it'll be her. I think it'll be Blazer, Charlotte, and Ronda. That's what I think the last 4 will be.
I don't think Rhea's going to be in it.
I think we'll see. I think she might. She wasn't
I
in
say
it last
no 'cause
year,
she
but
has
I
the
don't
belt.
know.
I think she's a champion,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then because then she has the belt, then she gets a title shot. But then
I mean, sure,
mean,
Brock's in
Lesnar-
it. Brock's in it.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I mean?
yeah,
Brock's
def-
Brock.
yeah, defending it.
Who's your? We'll go for everybody, even you here, Alex. Who do you think your number 1 and 2 are for the women?
To come out,
Yeah.
number 1 and 2.
Yep.
It could be anybody. Like one person that's big. So let's say Alexa and Dana Brooke. No, I think Alexa will be later. So let's say
A Game
Bailey.
of Thrones is the first
Whoa.
novel
No.
in the song of
Okay.
Alexa, stop.
You gotta
Series of
turn that
fantasy
off.
novels by the American author
Oh.
George R.
Okay.
All right. So for future reference, we cannot say Miss Bliss's name.
Can you say the full? Just turn that off.
I have to.
I think it will be Banks. I think it will be Banks and Dana Brooke. Actually, sounds good. I could see them two being
I can
number
see
1
her
and 2.
being like a lesser.
I'm going to say Banks and Io.
I say Io comes up later. So I'm gonna go with I don't know, Bailey and
Bailey's champ.
oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so
Actually, I'm going to retract that. Banks and Naomi. I think Naomi's going to return and come
I
out
think
early.
Naomi will be in the Rumble for
I
sure.
I
but
say like
I think she'll
15
be
for
later,
her,
yeah.
something like that.
It needs to be high enough to where
Jeez.
when she comes
You know
up,
who
be
I
up
think
top.
they're gonna be number 2 because I think she's ready, Ruby.
Ruby, right?
Oh, that'll be good.
So then one will be Natty.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be Natty. I could see Natty
Yeah.
and Banks starting actually.
Who's your pick, Alex?
Me, yeah, I like the sound of Dana Brooke, to be honest. Dana Brooke, and I can see Natty, too.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I don't think they're gonna do it early, but we'll get into this a bit. So my number, I will have Lacey Evans, either 1 or 2.
She's probably not
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
in it, period, because she's wrestling Bailey for the title. They don't usually have the challenger.
Oh, that's right. You know,
Yeah.
good call. Good
I mean,
call.
sometimes,
I
but-
actually had Lacey Evans as the Iron Woman. But if they do it later in the show and she doesn't win the belt, but that wouldn't make sense either. But I mean, Becky did it.
Yeah. If her match is after the Rumble, then no, she's definitely not in it.
I'll go Asuka. Asuka will be early.
She's wrestling
Asuka's
Becky.
wrestling Becky. She's in the same boat. She has the title
I
match.
thought. Oh, fucking wow! You're right.
Kyrie.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just
Kyrie.
piggyback of you guys. Dana Brooke and
Carmella.
Liv. It's not terrible. But it has to be somebody.
Nia's not ready to come back.
I don't think so.
I
That'd
think
be like a diesel push.
But I could
think-
see her coming out.
I think Nia is going to be in the Rumble.
I wonder if she's enough to come back and like eliminate somebody and then get.
I've seen videos of her hitting the ropes.
Yeah, I have a feeling Nia's probably going to come out and maybe win it if Ronda's not there.
Okay,
That'd be fucking phenomenal because people would lose their shit if she won. They'd be so angry.
What do you think the
Especially
reaction
after
will be?
last year.
What do you think the reaction will be when Ronda does if she does come out at 30?
I think people would cheer.
Do you think she'll get cheered? Or do you
Yeah,
think
because she's
she'll
been
get booed?
gone for so long. They're like, yay! Then maybe after they're into it, depending on what she
Like
does.
Cena, where like in
Yeah.
2008, where they're like everybody's crazy, and then like, oh yeah, we don't like it.
What if
Boo.
Ronda comes out at 30 and everyone's like, oh, she's gonna fucking win it, and then Shayna's the one to throw her out?
That'd be fun.
That could
That'd be
happen.
interesting, yeah.
That could definitely happen for sure.
I don't think they'd have Ronda come out as 30 and win it just because of the whole Roman Reigns thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we threw a couple of names out there.
right.
A couple of names out there. You have Nia. I said you had Ruby.
Yeah.
Naomi.
for sure. I think will be.
And then before I said Victoria, that's a nice legend.
Yeah.
One to.
Do you think Trish Stratus?
Probably.
I would say
She was
no
in
to
last
this one.
year.
Yeah.
Here's a little one that's outside the box. I think she can still. She's not too old. Alundra Blaze.
Yeah, she might. Yeah.
I have one.
Last time she was around, she caused a lot of drama backstage. Apparently, though.
I'd like to see Layla if she can come out and just because she's hot.
Does Mercedes Martinez make a Rumble appearance?
I'm gonna say
Probably
no.
not.
I'm gonna say
Doesn't do much, but maybe just goes out there. Maybe gets in her and Shayna have a little bit of a conflict again.
How about Scarlett Bordeaux?
no.
Nah, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're even going to put her on TV in NXT till Killer Cross like debuts.
Is he officially signed?
Not yet, but he's not taking
You
any
think they
booking
would
for
want him?
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Does
weekend at all.
Lana enter the Rumble?
Probably. Her and Liv Morgan probably both like tumble over.
Yeah. She comes out and then just does nonsense and gets eliminated.
We're getting ahead of it, but I think the men's rumble. I think Rusev will eliminate Bobby Lashley just because he needs to get something. He keeps losing. I think he's going to get a little bit of a.
We'll switch over to the men. So we already know our number one, Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Who's number two?
Truth. It's either Truth, Zack Ryder, or Kurt Hawkins. It's some goofball that's just going to get beat up and thrown out.
It's probably
And then
Truth.
number 3 is going to be another goofball. And then number 4 will be
Yeah,
a
usually,
serious
like
person.
Brian said, usually 3 is like somebody like big or somebody at least.
I don't think it's
important.
gonna
I think
this year.
Brock throws everything off with that though.
Yeah.
But what, they're going to have Brock just throw out 6 guys in
I
a
think
row?
he's
That's
gonna
going to be
throw-
corny.
yeah.
I think it'll be like he just throws out a bunch of. He throws out like R-Truth.
All jobs until like maybe
I think Brock
Big E
throws
comes
out probably
Otis,
like
like
Truth at 2, maybe somebody at 3, and I think at like 4 somebody like Drew McIntyre comes out, and then Brock and him go at it for a long time to
Yeah,
build
and
up.
then the next guy's another big guy. Like, let's say it's Braun.
So my number 2 pick, Baron Corbin.
Is he in it?
Comes down,
Because he's wrestling Roman.
comes
yeah,
down,
Roman and him are both in it.
Oh, are they?
comes down to the
That's
ring
right, Roman
and says,
probably gonna win.
"Not getting in." And then Brock's just like the whole time, like, "You're gonna get in here," and he's like, "No," and like they just kill a 30-second
God.
like just to build up that heat for Baron, because everyone's like,
That's got to build up heat for both guys.
because everyone's gonna be like, they want Baron Corbin to get demolished by this guy, and he's
That's
just not
gotta
gonna
build
give them
up
what they want.
heat for the match, though, itself. You
Just
don't want him to turn on
Brock
the
being
match.
in the match itself, it throws so much shit
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It really does.
But I think the first person that comes out and actually gives Brock a problem and slows down the pace of the Rumble is going to be Braun Strowman.
Okay, I
Could
see
be.
that. Him, Big E, Drew.
Matt Riddle.
I think Matt Riddle might be one of the NXT guys, but he'll come in after
I think
Brock's out.
Walter will be in it. I think Keith Lee will be in it. I think Keith Lee's going to have a good showing.
I was more confident of that until they put a title on him.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters because it's a
That's
mid-card
true,
title.
yeah.
Does Velveteen Dream make his return at Rumble?
Because I don't think he's ready.
He might not be ready. They said that's a bad injury.
Really?
Yeah, it might be worse than I originally thought. Unless they're just saying that to...
Yeah. that's
Is,
what-
is Ember Moon ready?
No.
No, she's still
No,
there.
Achilles heel.
She's out for a year,
Yeah,
right? Her and
yeah.
Kofi. Her and Xavier.
those
Yeah,
Achilles injuries
Xavier's
are
out for a
awful.
while, yeah.
Do you have any surprise picks, Alex, that you think will be in there?
Either men or women.
As far as surprises, man, the thing that I love about Rumbles is like when they bring back veterans.
Yeah.
So what would really be cool, which I don't think will ever happen, I'd love to see Sanjay Dutt since he's one of the agents. I'd love to see him come in there.
Yeah.
But I would estimate Hurricane's probably going to make an appearance.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Edge. Does the Rated R
I
Superstar?
say Edge.
That's
yeah.
a huge rumor.
Yeah.
And the
Edge-
fact that Edge is denying it so hard makes me think like, oh.
What was that picture? Is that an old picture?
That's an old picture
that
yeah,
people are circulating.
Yeah, it was funny because Joe was the first one to put that up, and I seen all these pages start posting. I'm like, you fucker, you got everybody to start posting that shit because that was a picture that Edge posted like right before like WrestleMania, like 26 or something. Like he posted that picture like the morning of.
Because he's way bigger than that photo
Yeah,
now. He's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah. A lot of people say Cain Velasquez eliminates Brock.
I think that will actually
Some
happen.
people are saying Tyson Fury.
He's not, I don't think he would do the Rumble while he's training for a fight.
He's a big fight coming
he's
up.
fighting, he's fighting in February. So
like,
I don't think.
because let's say he gets in there and he just steps around and twists his ankle, and then he can't do the fight, and
it's a Deontay Wilder fight. It's the biggest fucking fight in
yeah. So I would say
world.
he doesn't show up, but Cain and then regular Cain. I think regular Cain would be it too.
Kane and Kane, that'd be good.
Cain and Cain face off.
Yeah. Do we get now if Edge does someone that
whoever eliminates him is his WrestleMania match?
Yes,
how about
I
AJ
agree.
Styles?
Yeah. A girl at my work thinks that not only is Edge in the Rumble, but he wins it, and I said I
don't think so.
I don't
no.
see
He doesn't
it.
win.
I think you might wind up getting something like Edge, Orton, and Drew against the OC at WrestleMania or something like that.
Yeah. Edge would be fun.
That's talk about Big Pop right there.
Where is Rumble?
It's in Phoenix.
It's in a baseball stadium again. Yeah, they're doing the outdoor thing.
Phoenix.
So Jean Grey is coming out.
Kevin Nash.
She's gonna be Latin in the third.
Darn. Big Sexy comes out. What
No,
is
he said he's retired.
Oh, so who does everybody think's actually going to win the thing?
Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
I think that's.
I
think that's.
I
the
say
same.
Roman or Drew. That's
I will hope.
And then
Drew, but
my
I just-
wild card pick is Andrade.
I think
or Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins screws over Roman and wins the
they
Rumble.
put a nice little thing in where
I can't see him winning because who wants him versus Brock?
Joe and Owens both said we're only entering the Rumble to make sure Seth doesn't win.
Joe-
So like I think even if they get eliminated, they will screw Seth and make sure he
Yeah.
doesn't win. So like I think that will continue that story. I think Roman's definitely going to win, and the crowd's definitely going to boo, which is why I think it might go on first, and the women's might main event.
they
So
forget,
that way they're like, yeah, you remember that shit that happened an hour ago? Fuck that.
Because
Like,
Brock's probably going to have some kind of like sideshow opponent like Kane or Tyson Fury or whatever. So I'm thinking it's going to be a SmackDown guy that wins. So yeah, probably Roman.
Yeah, it's probably Roman.
Yeah.
Which is everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like fucking wow.
Hey, we did care about you for a little bit here.
It's going to deflate the whole room.
And not only that, but think about it. He's going to be tying Austin for 3 Rumble wins.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, God.
That's why I hate.
Wait.
Let Drew McIntyre win.
He's won 2 Rumbles?
Yeah, he won the year that it came down to. He won the.
Him and Rusev in Philly. I know that one.
So Batista won the year before Roman won the first time, right? And then didn't Roman win in.
I think he's only won that one in 2015.
That might be. I thought he won in 2016, but
That
I
was
think
Triple
that's
H.
Triple H. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And then he came down to the final guy.
Who was?
Oh, it came down to him and Nakamura in
and-
2018 too.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
right.
Nakamura threw him out, and it came down to him
And Orton.
and Orton
Yep.
threw him out.
Oh, I forgot about that. What a waste that was.
Yeah, that worked
Yeah,
out well.
that one should have been Bray.
Yeah.
That was so dumb. Like Orton should have sacrificed himself, got eliminated, like took a bump from Roman, and then Bray threw.
And then
you know,
Randy Orton
yeah.
and Bray had that shitty match. It was horrible.
Oh, with the lights over the ring, yeah, the
horrible.
And they put all that on Bray, man. Like it was like his fault. Like,
Yeah.
he took all the flack for that. Like he lost the belt in 28 days, and like
No.
they shipped him to Raw. Then like all this. I was like, dude, what the fuck? It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
And they wrestled in some squatters den in Kansas.
What about you, Alex? Who do you got for winning it?
I have no clue. Is John Cena done?
I hope he comes out number 30.
I bet you he's a surprise entrant.
He could be, yeah.
What if he eliminates Brock?
That would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Send
I
him
would so much rather that match than
What if
Kane.
what if he
if
eliminates
he-
Edge and then
What
that's
if
the
he?
WrestleMania match?
What if he is the one to beat Brock for the title and get his 17th championship?
What if the other way
that'd
around?
be
What if
great.
he's the one to beat the Fiend?
Oh no, I hope not. People would shit all over that. I think people would actually generally be happy. Like that's a good idea. I think if he actually beat Brock for the 17th title, that's the only way you get people to be happy about it. Because
100%.
I think people will be a lot more receptive to John Cena now. People have that begrudging respect for him. at
He
this
hasn't
point.
wrestled for 1 full year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Yeah,
if you're,
I think him being gone is good for him to come back.
yeah.
I think we'll accept him.
We were talking about title reigns and how the 16-time championships. I looked up AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. That dude has 25 different titles between companies, like world championships and companies.
Oh my god, yeah. He's won every belt.
I wonder, like, if there's anyone on this planet who has held more titles.
Flair really has a lot more.
yeah,
than
Flair
16
has like
for one.
50,
Really?
and Jerry
Well,
Lawler has
okay.
like 37.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler's
it's
is-
Yeah,
crazy.
the Memphis, the Southern title. Yeah, Jerry Lawler's won that like almost 100
and he's
times.
AWA champion. But AJ was TNA, NWA, WWE, and New Japan.
And then they said he has
IWGP.
like other like promotions around the world. He like,
Oh yeah, like MWA Wildside, Indies,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But I mean,
not even counting his WWE, he has over 25 different championships.
that's crazy. If he wins the Universal, like no one will ever do that. 'Cause, no, you can't win that. TNA. I mean, NWA. I mean, maybe Nick Aldis.
Well, he did win the Universal, didn't he?
No.
He's had both. I thought
He's just been WWE champion twice.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on. Yeah, he won. He on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He had a choice. He never won on Raw.
But like the hard part is like winning the New Japan heavyweight title too, like the IWGP.
Yeah, I would love to see AJ one more. But I don't. I think right now AJ's at a point where he doesn't even care if he's champion. He just is. He's
right now,
Yeah.
but he's the guy that you can turn a switch and he can be champion anytime.
Absolutely.
And he just signed a new 5-year contract, so for sure he's going to win the belt again at some
Yeah.
point.
Hope so.
In those 5 years, because he said he's going to retire after this contract. This is his last one. So
Yeah.
until he goes over to AEW,
Yeah.
has one last match with
Just
Kenny.
has
He
a bunch
definitely could,
Has a
for
bunch
sure.
of matches. Put the AEW title on, so he can be the only man to ever win all those.
Jericho
belts.
would be the one to be like, if he
Yeah.
if he
He got put the belt on
he's
him.
literally had every company
Yeah.
in the world.
that'd be pretty cool. I would actually really like that.
That'd be fucking phenomenal.
But what do you guys think?
Phenomenal, get it?
Let's say these are the 3 marquee matches for WrestleMania. Let's say it's Brock versus Kane, Bray versus Roman, and Ronda versus Becky.
I don't want to see it.
That's the WrestleMania.
Ronda versus
we're looking
Becky's
for?
the one I'm most interested in.
It's like, fuck, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if fucking we get swerved and Asuka kicks his shit out of Becky? Just goes out there and goes.
Everybody on
Yes.
WWE backstage, CM Punk and like fucking Paige and all them. That's what they said they think should happen. That Asuka should beat her, and they should have it go
Asuka
to
versus
WrestleMania.
Ronda?
That Becky can't beat her. So like when Becky finally beats her, it's at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that
make
works.
Asuka
Yeah.
badass again.
Yeah.
And then Sasha maybe wins the Rumble and goes against Bailey.
There you go. You can do
Yeah.
it. You do that. I mean, whoever wins, you always have to set them up for their title. So
Or you get some bullshit if the women's match goes on before the Rumble and Becky fucking
Oh, she
loses the
comes out,
title
yeah,
and
she
she
gets
comes
back-
out and wins the Rumble again.
Again.
Just everyone just like fuck
Nah,
this.
we didn't like it. We don't like it this time.
Yeah, like no, boo. What if Nia Jax comes out again at number 30 in the Rumble and wins it this time for the men?
The men's Rumble.
She throws out She throws out Randy Orton.
Goes out Brock. Brock goes the whole way and gets tossed by Nia.
Hey, she got more than RKO. She got fucking 619. She
Yeah.
got super kicked
Super
by
kicked,
Dolph.
yes.
And she got RKO. That was great.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh man.
All right, so topic of the night.
Just the history of the Rumble.
History of the Rumble. While you're, do you want to stick around for the topic, Alex?
Yeah, I'll stick around. The Rumble is actually one of my favorite things in wrestling.
All right, perfect. All right, well,
I'm so down for this.
awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, man.
Always, bro.
We actually made up a lot of time there, so we're at 124. So you
All right, yeah.
you can let it ride. I'm gonna grab a brewski while you guys are doing this.
So yeah, like
He's getting a Schlitz, by the way. A warm one. Warm Schlitz.
No, Mickey's. From
God.
USA.
Oh yeah, God.
Back when they had before they got the high class beer sponsors. So yeah, the Royal Rumble is kind of taken from the old California territory, where Pat Patterson was a fixture there, and they would have this big annual battle royal, and he kind of brought it over to the WWF because, like all great ideas in the 80s, it was to fuck with the Crockett's. That was the genesis of the Royal Rumble, because NWA had their Bunkhouse Stampede. That was, I believe, their first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or one of their first pay-per-views in January of 88. So to counter-program that, WWF has a live special on the USA Network, the Royal Rumble. The Bunkhouse Stampede was a battle royal. We're going to have our own battle royal. And Vince, apparently, this was just on the Bruce Pritchard podcast recently, hated the idea. Like, he just, like, Pat Patterson, like, you do it. You're gonna be responsible for that. And they did try it out. And they did a test Rumble in 87 at a house show. One-man gang, actually. One of them was a 12-man Rumble. That was the first ever Royal Rumble. He eliminated Junkyard Dog to get a title shot at Hogan. And then the first one on USA, he actually was the runner-up. And Jim Duggan won a 20-man Rumble.
And that first one, if you go back and watch it, the faces only beat up the heels, and vice versa. It's like they'll walk in and like it'd be like, let's just say it's Hacksaw, and he's looking at like Boss Man, and he's like, and he hits somebody like, oh my god, you got to get rid of that role.
And then some of the other like things that happened there. That was
If they
when-
knew the Rumble was going to be around as long as it's been around, do you think Duggan would have been the first winner?
No,
No,
He didn't even
Stud
get a
wouldn't have won
title
the
shot,
second one
did he?
either.
Yeah, no.
that
So,
happened
like,
way later.
it was just to win the match.
Yeah, it didn't even really mean
And
anything.
then there was a promo. It's like, this is the most prestigious match in WWE.
You
or
got the
WWF.
winner's share of the purse. That's all you
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
And then that same show was when Dino Bravo did the bench press
Oh,
record,
yeah.
when Jesse Ventura helped
Yeah,
him.
helps him out. Look at
And-
this. He's lifted over 550 pounds.
Monsoon, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the gorilla.
I'll tell you what, he's got the lizard people helping him.
There's thermite on those weights.
9/11 was an inside job.
I got special clearances.
Tell me how jet fuel melts metal.
I got special clearances from the CIA, and I'm off the grid in
I'm
Mexico.
totally off the grid. I my water, electricity, solar panels, Howard.
We should get him on PPW.
Jesse
the body.
Yeah.
Just sit next to Paul Bow and Scott.
Tell him he can sell his books.
He'll team up with Fox next time. So
he'll get hit with a cowbell. Oh, Alex, that's what we were saying. That what's his name's new gimmick is he's going to clock every guest that comes in. He's going to hit with a cowbell. He hit Blue Meanie.
Bull Hightower?
Yeah, Bull Hightower. He hit Blue Meanie. Now he's going to hit the Brooklyn Brawler with a cowbell. Everyone's getting cowbelled. And his whole new thing is like, we need more cowbell.
We need more cowbell.
I can hit Jesse with I was the governor of Minnesota. Bong.
Bing. Their new tag team is going to be called Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
It writes itself. If PPW doesn't want to do it, I know High Tension will.
No, I love the gimmicks.
They're High Tension can do the me versus Christina Marie for you, right? Dress up.
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Yeah. Or Andy wants to dress up as a woman and wrestle Christina Marie.
Don't give it away.
Yeah, I told him the whole story. Like, that's great. It should have happened, but it didn't.
We talked at Atomic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad. That didn't
I was
happen.
like, this is such a...
We're gonna edit this part out.
Yeah.
Also about 9/11 being an inside
That whole
job.
part right there, Royal Rumble, and then...
We just cut to Jesse Ventura impersonation. She goes, 9/11 was an inside job, brother.
There's 4 minutes of missing footage from the Tornado Tag podcast.
There was 2 shooters for JFK on opposite buildings.
Listen, that's the only conspiracy I do believe, by the way. I don't mean to start that crazy.
With new technology, I found out there was 375 different shooters at JFK that day.
JFK blew his own brains out.
I would know I'm a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. With my Navy SEAL clearances, I get backstage
Even
access.
I couldn't make the shot, and I'm a Navy SEAL.
I was a frogman. So one of the other big wow, just segue right back into it. Get on the train.
So Royal Rumble, 1989.
So the Royal Rumble.
Didn't he commentate a Royal Rumble?
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Ventura was, for most of your early WF pay-per-views, was your commentator.
Yeah, him and Gorilla, and then him and Vince.
So, and then
Vince McMahon is a lizard person.
McMahon.
But I'm a Nova.
I'd like to say hi to Terry, Tyrell, and Jade. And so
it never gets old. I love Jesse Ventura skits.
One of the big undercard matches on that was for the Intercontinental title. This is when Honky Tonk Man was nearing the end of his record-long reign.
21 months or something like that?
Not that long. It was a little over a year.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
He won it right after WrestleMania 4, and then right after WrestleMania 3, and then he lost it in SummerSlam of '88.
Did he beat Macho Man?
Steamboat.
Oh, Steamboat. Yeah, that's right.
And in this match, it was Macho Man and Honky. And the rumor always is, and I don't know if this is true or not,
easy.
Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
The Honky Tonk Man.
Offend people here. We can't be saying racial slurs.
So the
lizard people.
Then I go,
Honky Tonk Man versus Abismo Negro. It's a crossover match between AAA and
Randy Savage is a lizard.
He's not even dead.
Man, do you think what would Jesse do with Delirious, who is a lizard?
Yeah,
he's not really a lizard.
I'll tell you what, those lizard people are taking over AEW.
I have it on good authority that Delirious is a man named Hunter Johnston.
Yeah.
He's not a lizard.
Vince McMahon put the hit out on Macho Man for sleeping with Stephanie when she was 13 years old.
What did I tell you, Monsoon?
All right, anyway.
Poor Jesse. Gonna run that one in the ground.
We need a Jesse puppet like our Vince one.
So the whole rumor, and this has always been like a rumor for what happened behind the scenes here, was that Randy Savage was supposed to beat the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental title, and that DiBiase was supposed to win the tournament at WrestleMania 4 a little bit later, and then lose it to Savage at SummerSlam. And then Honky refused to lose and was going to take the title of the NWA, and then they just made it a DQ finish. So Honky lost that match by DQ, and then Savage wound up winning the tournament at WrestleMania 4. I don't know if that's true or not, but they always say it's because they changed the brackets for the WrestleMania 4 tournament.
Okay.
They showed different brackets, which would have made sense if DiBiase was going to win, to the ones where Savage won.
I think DiBiase should have won.
Yeah, I do too. But then there was also a rumor that was because they were talking about maybe Ric Flair coming in, and they were going to do Savage and Ric Flair at WrestleMania.
There's a couple times when Ric Flair almost came in.
But then moving on to '89, this was the first pay-per-view Royal Rumble in 1989.
dun, 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 dun,
Love that.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is also the first pay-per-view I ever watched live.
Really? Wow.
Like we didn't
here.
have in '89. We didn't have pay-per-view where I lived. So me and my dad and one of my cousins all went to another cousin's house that lived in Delaware.
Wow.
Where they had pay-per-view, and it was the first one I ever saw.
Tax-free, too. Tax-free.
Home of tax-free shopping.
Also, this one started the awesome promo package that's right before the Rumble.
It's time to rumble.
And when Vince would say everyone's name, the Junkyard Dog, Marty Jannetty. It's like, what? Sid Justice.
Sam Houston.
It gets you so pumped. And then the promos, like, they should bring that back. That'd be
I
so
would
awesome they
love
brought
it.
that back this year.
And this is also the last time Harley Race wrestled on a WWF pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Kings, King Harley Race and King Haku. And the super pose down with Rick Rude and the Warrior, where they're still there posing. But then the match itself, no titles on the line, no title shots on the line. The champion at that point was Randy Savage, who was actually in the match, and got tossed midway through, and there was some kind of tension with him and Hogan. So I think Hogan knocked into somebody, and they knocked out Savage, and Savage got mad at Hogan. It was actually won by Big John Studd, of all people.
Yeah.
Big John Studd wins the first pay-per-view
That's
Rumble.
not the one. No, that's 93, where Savage had probably one of the worst eliminations of all
Yeah,
time.
that's 93.
Yokozuna?
Yeah, that's 93.
And he's like, I'm going to go for a pin.
Yeah.
Some of the big things here, the first two people in, Axe and Smash, Demolition, were the first two in, and they just went at it.
What if I kick your stinking teeth in? I'm gonna kick your
Or like I like to
stinking
call
teeth
them, Kmart LOD.
I love Demolition. when
I
was a kid.
love them.
I love
I seen them first. I never knew LOD until they came.
Forge the Stooge. But yeah, they go at it first, and then number 3 is Andre. So you're like, oh shit, we gotta fight the Giant.
Yeah.
And Andre was the first guy to eliminate himself in the Rumble because he threw out Jake, and then Jake came back with Damien and threw him in the ring. And I am afraid of snakes, and he just jumped out of the ring.
I think secretly that's why I'm terrified of snakes.
Because of Damien?
But yeah, because growing up, man, like, obviously wrestlers were modern superheroes. Like, they were superheroes to me. Like, they were larger than life. They were the toughest, scariest people on the planet.
All you gotta do is trust me.
And then you see a snake come in, and everyone's like, "Fuck this!" and they dip. I'm like, I'm not messing with those things.
Yeah.
You guys heard Jake the Snake on JRE on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about the Macho Man thing, where Macho's like, you gotta let him bite you first, Jake, or I ain't gonna do it.
And then I paintbrush the hell out of him.
Yeah. That was the first moment in pro wrestling that made me cry.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah, I cried like a baby because, like, as a kid, I'm scared of snakes, but I
love snakes,
But
man.
I
I can't believe it.
Like, I won't go near them. Like, if someone brought a snake in this room right now, I'm fucking getting right out that back door. I don't.
I love snakes.
I don't want.
Now we know what to put in those subscription boxes for the unboxing. Just sneak one in right before the
a real snake, obviously.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I will fucking. I'll burn this house down.
Like when the Ultimate Warrior got trapped in the room and Jake had the snake in there.
Yeah, I will fucking. I'll kill everyone.
And then we're gonna sew you in a coffin after that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I always then I start researching snakes because they scared me even more. Like, if something freaks me out, I have to learn everything about it. So then I learned, like, the deadliest snake on the world, and if it bites you, you're dead, is a cobra. So I was like, oh my god! And then fucking Jake the Snake and a cobra and Macho Man and he's gnawing on his arm. I'm like, Macho Man's dead.
Did you ever see those memes where they put googly eyes on the snakes?
Or hands, or they put arms on them.
Or a human smile.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So that fucking
Alex, we have to get Santino in the high tension wrestling so he can give Tony the Cobra.
I would love to make that happen, actually.
Yeah, just if I swear to God, if there's a real life snake there.
And then the other big thing for that Rumble, Ted DiBiase bought number 30.
Yeah,
and he bought number 30, and it didn't work. He was the runner-up. John Studd threw him out last. And then 1990, the next year, Ted DiBiase gets his comeuppance. He's number 1. He drew number 1 that year, and this was the first time you had the Iron Man, like the person who, like Andy once, like Andy's big goal, lasts like 40, 50 minutes, and it was DiBiase. He came in at 1, and he was down to like maybe the final 6 or 7.
Do you think he's one of the greatest guys to never win a title?
Not really.
Yeah, for sure.
He might be the greatest.
Rick
Him and
Rude.
Roddy Piper.
Piper's better.
Yeah.
Better than DiBiase?
Mr. Perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mr.
I
Perfect's
think
up there.
so.
Well, he was the AWA World Champion.
Yeah, at least he had that.
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's what
like,
first
everything I've
four
ever
of
heard
them.
is I know Piper was fantastic and he is one of the greatest of all time. But they said, like, skill wise, DiBiase in the Mid South was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, he was great. I just think overall, like, mic work plus character work, I would take Piper over DiBiase, but they're both great.
And Piper was just a huge star. I mean, DiBiase was a huge star, but Piper was just transcendent.
I mean, Piper did blackface, and everyone was just like, "That's Piper."
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, Roddy.
You know.
Oh, you.
And that was actually set up by this 1990 Rumble. Piper's in that Rumble, and him and Bad News Brown eliminate each other, and they fight to the back. And then I actually watched that a little bit of that Rumble on Monday, and man, they're going at it, like grabbing each other's hair. Well, Bad News is grabbing Piper's hair.
Dude, one of my favorite matches ever is Piper and Goldust at WrestleMania.
Oh, that was
back
good. I like that. Yeah.
that was so fun. That was
Goldust broke his hand.
He didn't want a car.
Looking back, I love Bad News Brown. Like, so much of Stone Cold Steve Austin was Bad News Brown.
Yeah.
And so that was a big thing there. I mean, and this was, you kind of got, they were getting the formula down here. The big thing, they set up Hogan and Warrior because they clear the ring and then they back at each other. And
that's awesome.
And you're like, whoa, Hogan and the Warrior, that could happen.
Blow. That's these rumbles right here. These like first four are awesome. Not
I love
not
it.
that first run, but after that,
and,
from '89 on.
And then what happens is I think it's Rude and Mr. Perfect maybe are working on. No, it's Rude and the Barbarian or somebody like that are working over Warrior, trying to throw him out, and Hogan comes in and nails them both.
Yeah,
and that sends Warrior over, and they don't go out; they're kind of just draped over the rope. And they come back in the ring, and Warrior goes nuts and comes in and beats up Rude and the Barbarian and ignores Hogan, who was the guy that made him.
And there's one where he gets eliminated and just runs to the back.
And no, he did that. He does that. He beats him up and he just runs to the back like a crazy person. Well, like the Warrior.
Yeah, like the Warrior.
And by now they have the formula down. It always wound up being two heels and a baby face at the end.
Yeah.
And then the baby face would overcome the odds. I think with the other one it was DiBiase and somebody in stud. And with this one, it was Rude, Hogan, and Mr. Perfect. And this is something else, because they just covered this Rumble on Bruce Pritchard's podcast. And because the rumor was always, Mr. Perfect was supposed to win, and Hogan did a power play. But Pritchard was saying that Hogan was always the plan. Hogan must pose, as he would always say. And this was supposed to be like the blow off because Hogan and Perfect had the house show feud.
Yeah, that's why I think Mr. Perfect should have won the belt for like 2 months.
It would have, it would have been. I mean, if they would change the title like they change it now, you probably would have.
Yeah.
But this was back when, like, if you had the title for less than a year, unless you were like that heel transition champion, it was a shock. 91's kind of like a redux of 90. Hogan wins again. It comes down to him, Brian Knobbs, and Earthquake, and then that was when
is Dick Murdoch in that one?
No, that was 95.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
That was 95.
Wow.
With this one, they did. It was the first time where he had the guy who was only in for a little bit, or that was actually 90. It was the Warlord.
Okay, yeah.
And the Warlord gets clotheslined out. And then this one was when Bushwhacker Luke, I think it was.
And he does this, and he gets clotheslined, and then just does that.
Yeah, he does the Bushwhacker walk across the ring, gets tossed, and then does the Bushwhacker walk all the way to the back. And 91 is where they first changed the title at the Rumble. It's when Sergeant Slaughter beat the Warrior.
Yeah.
Because Savage hit him with the scepter. And then Savage was supposed to be in the Rumble, and you see the curtain move, but nobody comes out. And I guess the story was that the Warrior chased Savage away.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
92. This may be the match I've watched more than any other match in wrestling.
Like the greatest Rumble. This and like what is it? 90.
I thought 2001 was really good.
I thought 2002 was great. Yeah. 2002, the build-up was so good because they had like Triple H was believable, Stone Cold was believable, Undertaker was believable, Kurt Angle was believable. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
That's when they had a loaded roster.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of loaded roster, I think like 10 of the 30 people in this match were world champions.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah,
I mean, you had Flair, Hogan, Sid, Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah, that was great.
So many people. Piper, who wasn't a world champion, but he's Piper, Savage, and Ric Flair comes in at number 3, and the all-time greatest commentary job ever, Bobby Heenan, going through the stages of grief, freaking out that Ric Flair came in so early and he has no chance, promising he'll be good, just like begging.
I was like, too, when another was whoever came out next, if they were heel, was his pick to win it.
Yeah. Jerry Lawler took over that. Yeah. It's always
he's my pick. That's my pick.
But and Gorilla Monsoon was perfect, just poking at Heenan like Barbarian, because I was like, Barbarian doesn't like Flair.
Yeah,
it's like Barbarian doesn't like anybody. I managed him. He barely liked me. Why do you think they call him the Barbarian? He's not a hairdresser on the weekend. And Roddy Piper helps Flair at one point, and he's like, "Thank you, Roddy. I never thought I'd say that, but thank you, Roddy. It's not a skirt, it's a kilt." And then of course Piper just hits Flair. He's like, "You no good creep, you skirt wearing freak. It's not a kilt, it's a skirt." And
my favorite Rumble, I believe, is 95. Ooh.
That's Bret Hart and Shawn.
No, that's Shawn Michaels. That's the one Dick Murdoch was in.
That's Shawn eliminating Diesel.
Oh, okay.
That's 96.
Number
Oh,
one.
it's 96. Oh, so it's Bulldog, yeah.
So 90. Yeah, Flair wins the title. We even came up with that whole idea.
Who did he last throw out?
Sid.
Okay, that's right.
Because
Hogan,
that's what we were talking about earlier. Like,
Hogan,
Hogan gets dumped by Sid. Hogan grabs Sid.
Justice.
And Flair dumps Hogan.
Sid Justice.
93.
Sid Justice sucked, but Psycho Sid was great.
Yeah.
I love Psycho
Sid
Sid.
Justice was Sid Justice was pretty good,
If Sid
actually.
gave a shit, he would have been like one of the all-time greatest stars.
Yeah.
I'm not as dumb as I look as I am. Or
Yeah.
what did he say?
I have half the brain that you do.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Can we redo that? It's live, pal.
Yeah.
Shit. Listen to all the Click, like Nash and Hall, and they always say like Sid was just so easy to rile up backstage. It was
Well,
just
yeah.
you have to just walk back to him and be like, "Hey Sid, like heard this guy was talking about you," and Sid's like, "What?" Like you freak out. And you're like, like you're just so it's simple, dude.
But 93 was the first year they did it where the title shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Is the prize for the Rumble.
Well, didn't someone win a title because of a Rumble?
Yeah,
Ric Flair.
And
Flair,
Triple
yeah.
H.
And Triple H later.
Yeah.
But 93, I mean, I had a nice undercard there. Bret and Razor Ramon was on the undercard. It was weird because one of the things they were building up the most was Ric Flair and Mr. This is when Raw was like brand new, like 3 weeks old.
And the poster for Royal Rumble 93 was fantastic. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah, it was the
and
first
it was
one.
like
Comic art.
It was a comic art, and it was everyone
gritty.
was like,
yeah, but they're all
there.
walking down.
Well, that was like 91, 92. That 93 thing was just Bret and Razor's face.
Oh, okay, yeah, man.
But they would do that one a lot. That was I always
I
loved
loved
those
it.
things.
Yeah, they brought it back like in 2008 or something
Yeah,
like that.
2008 it was. 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember Jeff Hardy being on it. I was like, "Oh, it's cool."
Yeah,
Jeff
like
Hardy.
Ray and Big Show.
That was the night 2008 was when
Yeah.
Mike Adamle said Jeff Harvey in the crowd.
Jeff Hardy.
Oh, he was the worst. He sucked so bad.
That's when it was pretty bad.
I feel bad though because apparently he had early onset dementia.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he
Oh
was doing
shit,
it.
that's terrible.
whoops.
Yeah.
Still, he was
Sorry.
You don't
Jeff
know that
Harvey.
at the time.
Sorry, Jeff Harvey.
But they were building up to the next night. Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect are having a loser leaves town match, and they're both in the Rumble. This time, Flair draws 1. Number 2 is Bob Backlund, who becomes the new Iron Man. He's there until like almost the very end.
Yeah.
But it comes down to and Giant Gonzalez made his debut here and just beat the shit out of the Undertaker.
Yeah, except that match that was.
Yeah.
Didn't Gonzalez eliminate himself going after the
No,
Taker?
he wasn't in the match.
He just
did a
came
run
down
in.
and beat. Yeah, okay.
He did a run in. And then it comes down to Randy Savage and Yokozuna. And he finally gets Yokozuna down. And Randy Savage, this vaunted veteran, goes for the pin.
Who's been in Rumbles before?
Yeah. Well, he also in 92 jumped over the rope and they had to cover for him because he technically eliminated himself to go after Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he did it himself. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't supposed to go out at that point.
Yep.
But in that one, you had...
he gets hurled off the pin.
Yeah.
Lands on his feet, stands back up, and then throws himself over the rope.
Pretty much.
I'm
Pretty
sure
much,
in the
yeah.
back it was like.
Yeah, they a lot cooler in their head.
drop
Like, oh,
the
you're gonna
elbow,
fucking
brother.
throw
Yeah,
him, and
then
he's
you
gonna
just
right
put
over.
me up and I'm right up and over, yeah.
And then
You can do it, right, Yoko?
Yeah.
Yoko's like, I don't know, brother.
Yeah.
I guess so. But let's try it.
Randy Savage was possessed by the lizard people.
Savage like, really fucked that one up. That didn't look good at all.
Yoko, we're trying to make them believe you're Japanese
Yeah.
first off, and now you came and throw me over the ropes.
Yeah, I already went back and said that was real good, wasn't it?
And then in 1990,
Not my best work.
Not by far.
and then in 1994, we have the co-winners.
Yeah.
I fucking hated this as a kid, dude. I
Lex
was so
Luger and
mad.
Bret
God
Hart.
damn it.
Well, this was a trying one because I loved the Undertaker back then, and this is not the Undertaker died, like pretty
Yeah.
much died.
When 13 heels came out and beat the hell out of
everybody-
him.
Should have,
I
yeah.
remember I
It was
was
so
watching
dumb.
this pay-per-view at my friend's house, and my friend was afraid of everything. Like, we couldn't watch horror movies, we couldn't watch scary stuff on TV. Are You Afraid of the Dark was a no-go. And I just remember he's seen the Undertaker and he was like not fucking having it, right? And then I just remember they beat up the Undertaker and they're wheeling the coffin out and the smoke pours out and Justin just fucking
Well, we don't know who the hell he is.
loses it. And then they put the casket cam in where it's his face. immediately he's like, no, and then his eyes open, and then like they open a casket, and he's not there, and then he's on top. Well, he's on top of the
to heaven. That's what Bruce Prichard said.
He was on top of the Titantron and lifted up.
the Undertaker.
Yeah,
who but had a rocking good time that night.
Jannetty.
It was Marty Jannetty. Yeah. It was Marty Jannetty dressed as the Undertaker going up.
Yeah. But then the Rumble,
and that was also the night that Owen Hart kicked the leg out of Bret Hart's leg.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he kicks the leg right from his leg.
Yeah. So Bret's coming in injured, and then Luger's in there, and Mr. Fuji had two evil Japanese men, Tenryu and the Great Kabuki, coming in just to take out Luger. Didn't work. But they both go out at the same time, and they call them co-winners. Even though you look back, Luger won.
Yeah, because it was a little off. And like,
I wish they would have just had Luger. Like, I'm a Bret Hart mark, obviously, but like, I hate the double win.
At that time, they should have put the belt on Lex, but like, obviously,
that's what they built. They should have done it at
SummerSlam.
Yeah, but they they didn't because he didn't want to do nothing.
But that was also the birth of the Diesel push with Diesel.
Yeah, because he eliminated like 9 people.
And then you needed like a half dozen people to get rid of Mabel.
Sean did very well. That, if I remember, he didn't last very long, but he had a decent showing that Rumble.
He wasn't even in it.
I thought he was in that one.
Was he? I don't think
No, I think that was when he was out. Like, that's when Razor had the other Intercontinental title. I think Sean was out at that point.
I don't think
Sean's first Rumble was the one Flair won.
As that Sean.
Yeah, he was in like 80.
He was in other Rumbles
as Rockers.
Shawn Michaels, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then 1995 is the one where Sean comes in number 1, Davey Boy comes in number 2, and they're there at the very end.
And man, this one has a bunch of jobbers in it.
Oh
yeah,
this one's jobbers.
That's why I don't rank it very high, because like the talent in it was not
very good. It was the first time they've done that spot. That's why it sticks for me.
I hated it because it was 1 minute between people too.
Yeah,
but
that's way too long.
That was the one that Dick Murdoch was in.
Yeah.
Sean gets eliminated. 1 foot touches.
Yeah.
Then he picks it up. Then the other foot touches.
And that was cool.
They're playing British Bulldogs music, and he's up on the thing celebrating.
The Bulldog got screwed because that sound guy was in Michael's pocket.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
that show had a really good undercard too.
Yeah.
Brett and Diesel on that show was a really good match.
Amazing. I love that match.
Really good match.
Love that match.
And they had an even better match at the Survivor Series later that year, but that was really good. It was short, but
I remember a tag team match being pretty decent in that card too.
It was Bam Bam and Tatanka against 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty.
No, Marty, yeah.
It was they had the tag titles held up, and then, because the Smoking Guns were hurt. So 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty win and lose them to the Smoking Guns the next night.
Yeah.
Or no, it's because Diesel and Shawn Michaels broke up. That's why they...
two dudes with attitudes.
And after that match was when Bam Bam shoves Lawrence Taylor to set up that match.
Set up Mania.
And another really good match that night was Razor and Jeff Jarrett.
And another fun fact about that Rumble, they had a guest person ringside, didn't they? Wasn't Pamela Anderson?
Well, the whole gimmick was
like the winner gets a title shot and Pam Anderson.
Wait, she was going to accompany the winner
to the ring
at WrestleMania, but Shawn Michaels got on her nerves so bad she's like, I'm not going out with him. She came out with Diesel.
Yeah, they got Jenny.
And Jenny McCarthy came out with Shawn Michaels.
I thought Jenny's hotter anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Oh my god.
1996
you win the girl and you win the Rumble.
1996 was when Shawn Michaels had just had that thing where he got beat up by the guys in Syracuse.
Yeah, the Marines.
And then he
lost his smile.
Well, no, that was no. And then he comes back and he wins.
He lost his kayfabe.
Yeah,
Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah. He comes back and wins the '96 Rumble. That was where Vader made his debut.
First back-to-back.
No, Hogan was the first back-to-back.
Oh yeah.
And that was also the night Goldust wins the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, that was that was SummerSlam, right, where he fought the street fight.
That's
WrestleMania. This is where he wrestled Razor Ramon.
Okay.
And this was the first time that the Rumble was not the main event. Did not go on last.
What was the main event?
Bret and Undertaker.
Oh.
It was when Undertaker had that Phantom of the Opera mask.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Diesel caused a DQ. That was when basically Diesel and Undertaker screwed each other out of the title.
Oh, okay.
Because the next month at In Your House is when they had Bret and Diesel in the cage, and Undertaker came up through the ring and pulled Diesel down.
There's a great backstage interview with Kevin Nash. He was talking about that match, and they were talking about doing stuff with Taker and Bret was saying to Taker and Nash, he was like, because they were talking about how Taker had to get some shit in, and Bret's like, I don't know though, I'm the champion, how does that help me? And Taker was like, it's not always fucking about you. Yeah. It's about me and Nash. Not everything's about you.
I know Bret said he wouldn't take the jackknife.
Because he didn't want to take the jackknife. Yeah.
Well, he does take it in that '95 Rumble match, because they did a bunch of false finishes because people would run in. They did a thing where like there were DQs and then they would restart the match, and then finally it happened a third time. They just fucking.
That's why when everyone talks about like the Montreal Screwjob and the Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels thing, and obviously Shawn is a fucking villain all day long
For sure.
But Bret didn't help himself either.
No, I'm the biggest Bret Hart marker in the world.
They were literally the biggest two assholes in the back.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Bret Hart marker in the world, but like if Bret didn't want to do business, I would have screwed him too. I've been like, listen, dude, you're not fucking leaving here with that belt.
No way.
There's no chance.
But the thing with that 95 match with Bret and Diesel, like there's a false finish where Bret has Diesel in the sharpshooter, but Owen Hart comes out and breaks up the pin or breaks up the move and it's a DQ. And there's the same thing where there's a jackknife and it's like 1-2 and Shawn Michaels comes in to break it up and fuck over Diesel. When he does that, it's 1-2. Shawn Michaels comes in. Bret gets that shoulder up anyway. He's like,
Yeah, Bret's like, fuck
you're not
that.
getting me.
Yep.
You're not getting me. They're late on that run in.
Of course, he didn't trust the fucking click. Like, Shawn, you're going to break this up first, Shawn. Look at Diesel. Diesel's like, yeah, Shawn, break it up. He's like, don't fucking break it up.
He got that shoulder up, though. He got that shoulder up. 97 was... Steve Austin was so great in that match. It's where he's in there early and he's just tossing people.
He's looking at his fucking watch.
Looking at his watch, and then Bret's music hits, and it's like, oh,
He fucking puts his hands on his
shit.
head. I remember that as a kid. Fucking
So great.
vividly.
And that was when you had a lot of lucha guys in because they were in San Antonio. And they were trying to pack a stadium.
Yeah.
So they brought in.
I can't believe how early that was. Stone Cold running the table like
97.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They tried to pack the Alamo. Then that's when we had Mil Mascaras in.
He
and-
eliminated himself.
Yeah, no job, bro.
No job.
No job.
No job.
No job.
And that was a controversial ending where Cactus Jack and Terry Funk are outside like brawling, and the refs are all preoccupied.
Controversially, you mean when they fucked Bret?
And Bret dumps Austin, but the rest don't see it. So Austin comes back in. Undertaker and Vader get dumped. Bret gets dumped. Austin wins, and it comes into the final four. 98, Austin wins again, clean this time. It's a new era because the final two are Austin and The Rock. So this is like.
Is that the one where Vince was number one? And
Nope.
he,
No, that's the next year.
his
That's
third
99.
win. His third win was that one.
No, Vince won that Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This was his second in a row. It's where Mike Tyson was there in the skybox with Shane McMahon. And this is the one where Mick Foley comes in 3 times.
Yeah, 3 different people.
He starts out as Cactus Jack, like him and Chainsaw Charlie are 1 and 2, and he's in later as Mankind and as Dude Love. 99 is, I call it the Russo Rumble, where Austin and McMahon are 1-2.
Yeah.
And Austin gets beat up and taken out in an ambulance, and McMahon's doing commentary. But it comes down to Austin and McMahon again. The Rock distracts Austin, and McMahon tosses Austin.
I ironically enough didn't hate that as much as like everybody hates it. Looking back, and I'm like, okay, I could see like if I owned a company, I would fucking like fuck around and book myself to win. Why not?
Vince might have been their biggest heel. So.
That's exactly the thing. Yeah, that's why I don't hate it because he was definitely the biggest heel.
Alex, so far, have we touched on your favorite Rumble?
You know, I can't remember a favorite Rumble. As descriptive as you guys are, I'm like just sitting here in nostalgia.
I'm just trying to get you incorporated
here. No, it's just such a long match, and like, you know, it's an annual event. I just enjoy the moment, you know?
Yeah. I just love that feeling of just who's next.
Mm-hmm.
I always think the Rumble is better than Mania. I love the Rumble.
I agree, 100%. The last couple of years, not so much.
Yeah, the last couple of years, no, not so much. But
it was too predictable last year. That's why if it's not Roman that wins it, or not like a Shayna Baszler or a Ronda,
like what if the final four was like Aleister Black, Big E, Keith Lee, and
I'd mark out. Like the reason Elimination Chamber was so good because it was
Joe, and you're like, whoa,
because it was Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, and we're like, oh my god, like that. We need that. You know what I mean? Like,
build somebody, please.
If I could ask a question,
sure.
Sidetracked a little bit, probably more directed to Andy. What's the best Rumble in the Indies you've seen?
See, I don't see too many. Usually, it's just the generic battle royal, 20 guys starting the ring, and they do that. That's probably the only one I can really think of. The PPW one from last year, it was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and then the one I did in Mawa that I listened to 33 minutes. That's my favorite.
Didn't Outbreak do a Rumble once?
I think, yeah, but I wasn't in it.
You might have been champion.
Yeah, so that's probably why I wasn't in it.
Has anyone, you two, Alex, seen any of the clusterfucks on the Joey Vitello Spring Break?
100%.
I heard that one was like really long, but
the greatest clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I heard it was wild.
The most recent one was pretty great.
And you had so many like surprise, like you had the lead singer of Wheatus was in there,
Yeah.
Mantar was in there.
Completely off topic. I just remembered it thinking about the indie scene. Did you see a match? The match announcement for Hershey, in a hardcore death match. Tony Deppen versus S.A. Rios.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh,
that was
yes.
great. That promo was sick.
Yeah,
that promo was
S.A.
sick.
fucking Rios.
And speaking of those clusterfuck, Deppen is always great with those.
Yeah.
He's gonna be signed. And
Yeah,
I
it
can't
has
believe.
to be.
Yeah, it's gonna just be a matter of moments.
I actually was wearing my Deppen shirt at the beer store. And
Is
the
that
guy-
actually happening in Hershey, or was it just saying that like Deppen grew up in Hershey?
I'm not
and
sure.
that's-
Because it was saying like Jersey, and then it said in the thing like
Yeah.
happening in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just, I don't think we can do death matches in PA.
you
That's one
can't,
thing I'm
yeah.
a little disappointed about.
No blood in Pennsylvania at the
Nope.
match.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the State Athletic Commission, which is like, why is the State Athletic Commission so bothered with wrestling? But anyway,
I know, it's so weird that it's a scripted sport. What the fuck do you
Yeah,
care? Like,
Yeah, I was wearing my Tony Deppen shirt at the beer store, and this guy's like, "You're wearing a Tony Deppen shirt?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, I was like in his wedding. I'm a good friends with him. I'm like, "Yeah, he's fucking awesome. I'm a big fan." And then we start talking about beer, and he's like, and he goes, "Wait, are you like the podcast guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do Banging Beers and Tornado." He goes, "Oh, I've heard of it." So it was pretty cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then there's the 2000 Royal Rumble.
Well, back to '99. That was also the year that you had the Rock Mankind I Quit match where he just beats the shit out of Foley.
It's hard to
Yeah,
watch.
that was tough.
That's tough
That
to
was
watch.
Tough to watch, and not only was it tough to watch then, but then watching again in that documentary,
Yeah.
it was not easy then either.
And then 2000,
Completely like. Listen, I get it if you're into death matches and you're into those
That's not even death
gore.
matches, like,
if
yeah.
you're into that gore, you're into that. But like, man, if I never see someone get hit in the face with a chair again, I won't care. Like, it's just so unnecessary. Like,
see, I never really thought much of it. I was like, that's fine. And then like when Spears smashed Cody with it, I was like, oh, that's right. Like people really do get fucked up from chair shots.
Yeah, and,
like,
and Mick Foley, he fucking
Foley's
took
just
like
bad,
30 of them
Yeah.
with his hands behind his back.
that was the whole issue with that. Is he wasn't protected at all. He was handcuffed. You know?
He was like, even The Rock, I guess, after it was done, he felt super uncomfortable with it. Like he didn't want to like.
and then there was like a lot of bad blood there because he didn't apologize right away. So
Yeah.
there was,
And
like,
apparently
some
they
tension
agreed
there.
upon before the match, like a certain amount of times that you hit
Like
him.
2 or 3,
Yeah,
yeah.
The Rock went like way overboard, and Mankind was like, "What the fuck happened to like what we agreed upon? Like, you hit me like 30 times more."
It was bad. It was way too many. And then his kids in the front row,
Yeah,
like,
that was bad.
Kane Dewey.
yeah, not good.
Kane Dewey.
Dewey Foley's a 3-year-old kid.
Yeah, that'd be another guy. There's not many wrestlers on the planet that I would love to meet, or if I met, I would probably even pay for a meet and greet. But Mick Foley's high on my list.
I met Mick Foley at Knoebels, and I went up to shake his hand, and he's like, "How about a fist bump instead, buddy?" And I'm like, "Works for me."
Yeah, yeah, he's high on my list. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, we're 2000. I think 2000 is like
Actually, I'm sorry. Real quick, Alex, while I have you here, did you see what what's his name posted from Smart Mark? I'm having a brain fart.
Oh, about the elbow pad?
Yeah, so somebody made a fake
funny.
someone made a fake account. What's his first? Alex, right? Or no, Steven.
Steven.
You're talking to
Steven.
Alex
You
right now.
son of a
Steven.
bitch.
Yeah, so Steven. I was saying Alex, what's his first name, and then it didn't come out right. I'm terrible with names. So yeah, Steven got accused on this wrestling page for getting close to wrestlers and then stealing their gear.
No.
And he was
Yeah.
accused.
Do that.
He was accused of stealing Rhino's elbow pad. Right?
Which he doesn't wear.
Which he doesn't. You look up a picture and find Rhino and elbow pads.
Yeah.
I couldn't find one, unless Steven stole them.
He stole them
He stole them all.
Yeah.
Well, Tony stole Fox's BWO shirt.
Yeah, I stole it. He threw it at me, and I just kept it. But no,
To be fair, Penguin did steal one of Johnny Moran's pins.
yeah, he did 100% steal it. What a bastard. But no, he was accused of stealing it, and then they said he steals gear, and then he purposely loses a bunch of weight and cuts his hair to blend in so he doesn't get caught again. Like
Sounds legit.
Steven was like 400 pounds, and then got like surgery, and now is like
That's an awful lot to.
like just to cover up a Rhino elbow pad. He went and got gastropath surgery or whatever, and
Let's
then
go
lost.
buy an elbow pad of Ice Spots for $20.
But some guys like trying to fuck with him on the internet.
Rhino just give it to you.
Yeah, it's like, hey
So-
man, here, have an elbow pad that I never wore ever. I had to bring it up quick.
Insane.
Rhino felt the need to tell me randomly that people call him Big Daddy. So I was like,
He's a
cool,
weird,
thanks.
weird dude. He's
How about
saying
an
some weird
elbow
stuff.
pad
I'm like,
instead?
Well, the only reason he told you that is because it's probably what your mom called him.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Fun fact, Alex's mom has been gored. And not between the ropes.
Quite intimately.
And then he came to PPW when she wore flesh-colored yoga pants. She was hot and bothered. Your mother's a sweetheart. She's a saint. All right, go ahead.
She'd have to be.
Yeah.
2000. I love the 2000 Royal Rumble. First of all, because that set always makes me think of No Mercy, the video game.
2000 was just a good year.
Yeah, or WrestleMania 2000 maybe was.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2000, but the whole 2000 year was a good year.
Well, WrestleMania 2000 wasn't a great show, but the year was good.
It really wasn't.
But the 2000 Rumble was amazing. You have Taz's debut, beating Kurt Angle, ending Kurt Angle's undefeated streak.
Which Kurt Angle disputed because he said he choked me. You're not allowed to choke your opponent.
And then you have that really good Hardys Dudleys tag team tables match. Mae Young, you had that thing. Yeah. And then that Triple H Cactus Jack street fight is amazing. At the Rumbles there, the Big Show got screwed.
I couldn't tell you who won it.
The Rock.
The Rock won, but the Big Show should have won because the Rock's feet actually did hit when they weren't supposed to. And then I believe Rikishi had that really fun run at the very beginning where he's doing the dance with Too Cool and then he throws him out of the ring.
The Rumble really wasn't good that year.
Yeah. Kai and Tai did like one of the Kai and Tai guys, I think it was Taka, did like a face plant and they kept replaying it.
Oh yeah. It was when Bradshaw threw him out.
Yeah.
It was a great roster though. A great roster. 2000 roster. 2000 roster. Yeah.
2001 was a really fun Rumble. That was the one where Austin won his third one. And that was when Drew Carey was in it. Yeah. Kane, threw out 11 guys.
I did like when Kane used to beat up Pete Rose every year.
Well, that was the one, too, where the Honky Tonk Man came in. He was one of the guys, and he's doing his song, and then Kane just hits him with the guitar.
Yeah.
But Big Show came back because they sent him away to OVW for a little bit, and then he came back. But Tyler was right on. 2002 was an amazing Rumble. Like he said, there were so many even though everybody kind of knew Triple H was going to win it, there were so many believable contenders in there. I love it for Mr. Perfect coming back.
And Goldust.
Yeah, and Mr. Perfect would look great in that.
One of my favorite spots is he's in there because for a while it was just Triple H and Austin wailing on people. And that's where that great thing where Hurricane tries to do a double choke slam on both of them.
And they both just look at each other like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
And Mr. Perfect was the Final Four.
Yeah,
Final Three.
He was in the Final Three.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Three.
I wish someone would do that this year just because that, wow. Maybe.
Because, Austin got thrown out and it was down to Mr. Perfect, Angle, and Triple H.
Yeah.
One of the greatest spots in that match is they have Mr. Perfect on the ropes, and it's Triple H and Steve Austin, the two biggest stars in the company, and they're pounding on Mr. Perfect. He takes time while he's on the ropes, spits his gum out, and hits it away while he's being wailed on. It's amazing.
Like, for this year's Rumble, if it comes down to, Roman, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, and then four other how you said Aleister Black and those guys, and then all of a sudden Roman Reigns throws out Braun, and then Roman gets dumped out by somebody,
That'd be great,
and then RKO Randy Orton getting thrown out by somebody else, and people are like, wait a second, this that would be the moment everyone's like, wait,
these are people we didn't expect to win.
Exactly,
one of them has to win.
Fantastic.
Mr. Perfect made me think of something that was amazing back in '91, I think it was. By 90, Heenan wasn't managing yet. Mr. Perfect comes out with Bobby Heenan, and he has his towel. And Mr. Perfect throws the towel in the air. It sails over both of their heads. No look. Yeah. Bobby Heenan just behind the back catches it. Amazing.
That's great.
Amazing. But then 2003, you have the really good opening spot where Shawn Michaels is number one, Chris Jericho's number two, and he's standing with his back to it doing the Chris Jericho pose. And he turns around and it's Christian.
Yeah.
And then Jericho comes out from behind and just beats the shit out of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Great spot there.
I remember Jericho, after he throws Shawn over, that's great.
Oh, the other great thing in 2002, going back, that was such a good Rumble. That was when we had the Maven and the Undertaker thing where Maven eliminates the Undertaker and then the Undertaker just
That's
beats
probably my favorite Rumble. I love 2002.
It's such a great
What's
Rumble.
the one that was in the Garden again?
2000 and then 2008 were both in the Garden.
All right. Eight was... I went back and rewatched 8 because I wasn't watching wrestling at that point in time. So that was a good Rumble.
Yeah.
Dude, people marked out for Cena because Cena was supposed to be hurt because he was supposed to be hurt for a year and he came back in 6 months.
1 and 2 was Shawn
and the
Undertaker.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And they were the final two the year before, which is kind of a thing. Like the last two in that Rumble were the first two in this one.
Match.
But then 2003 was also Cena's first Rumble. They called back the Maven thing. He dropped kicked the Undertaker. Undertaker's like, no. And they threw him.
Was this the year that nobody won the Royal Rumble?
No, 2004, nobody won the Rumble. It didn't happen.
2003 came out all the big boys.
Brock.
It was
Brock
Brock,
won
King,
2000.
Taker, and I think Batista was in the Final Four.
wow.
Like, young Batista. I was like, oh, shit.
The 2004 Rumble did not happen.
Nobody won that.
2005.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody won that Royal Rumble?
The Big Show.
The Big Show.
threw him out.
Nobody celebrated with
won.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
2004, you had a really good Chris Benoit. I said the name.
Oh, yeah, he won 2004. It happened.
You had a really good Triple H and Shawn Michaels last man
Oh,
standing
yeah,
match,
it
too.
was, yeah. And Shawn Michaels with his Dutch boy haircut.
Yeah, I hated that.
Me too.
2005.
It's either bald or long hair. There's no way around it.
Oh, I don't like bald. They look
I don't mind it bald.
No,
2005, R.I.P. Vince's quads.
Oh,
That was when they had the double elimination with Cena and Batista, and Vince storms out and he gets in the ring and he tears his quad, and he's like, I'm going to stand up anyway, and he tore his other quad.
And this, from here on till like 2012,
it's so embarrassing.
I didn't watch any of these Royal Rumbles live.
This was also the night. This was also in like 2005 where they had the Heidenreich Undertaker casket match, and you had that weird backstage thing with Snitsky and Heidenreich. I like caskets, John. Yeah, I like caskets too.
Maybe we can get Snitsky. Maybe for high tension, we can get Snitsky back for one more match. He looks fucking fantastic. He looks fantastic.
He does.
These are things that are maybe in the works. Actually,
There you go.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Hey, he lives in Horsburgh, so
hey, he's not too far.
no,
Yeah, and he has a movie coming out soon.
20 minutes away from us. 25.
Yeah, you guys ran into him at
We actually interviewed him
Pottsville,
in Pottsville.
Either Brett or if they're on Brett, Razor.
So Doink the Clown.
Yeah.
It's actually there.
The Razor shirt's very nice.
I have the Razor one.
Yeah.
Are you leaving soon?
Yeah.
2006. We're gonna try to. I guess try to speed through
Let's
some of
go
these.
to the winners.
2006 was Ray. Kind of had that. He still has a record, except Daniel Bryan broke it in the greatest Royal
Yeah.
Rumble, and he came down with him, Randy Orton, Triple H. But Ray had like that all-time great.
Who do you guys think was originally booked to win that if Eddie wouldn't have died? Because I can't imagine it was Ray.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You think probably Randy Orton.
I don't know. Like
Or Triple H, because they're going to do
JBL?
Triple H, Cena. I think JBL was a champion.
What was the other
Oh,
title
yes.
match? Because I know Ray when he won, it was him, Kurt, and Randy, right, in a triple threat. So what was the other one?
The other one, that was your. It was probably good. Or no, that was your was Triple H and Cena.
Okay,
So maybe Triple H would have
Yeah,
won
probably
it.
Triple H.
2007 was the first time number 30 wins. It's The Undertaker. First time The Undertaker wins. And it had that
wasn't bad.
great closing
Yeah.
sequence with him and
Yeah,
Michaels.
great. That was awesome.
And then 2008, we already said it. It was the one where.
John Cena. This is Madison Square Garden.
And there was also Roddy Piper coming back to the Rumble.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool. I watched that. I watched the Rumble today.
That's when he was kind of chubby and had a big cyst on him.
And another one that didn't happen. Oh, wait, they acknowledged Jimmy Snuka. Never mind.
No, Jimmy.
Yeah, you're allowed to
I
say
never
Jimmy
liked
Snuka.
Jimmy Snuka.
I never liked Jimmy Snuka either. I never.
I'll
got
tell you
it.
what, though.
Even though he killed that, like before I knew that.
I met him once.
Brother.
He was. I mean,
Was he just out of it?
He didn't give a fuck. We were there.
Yeah, he was so out of it.
But he was.
He had some like mental.
He was nice to us.
Yeah.
So how I met him was I don't even know who the company was. It might even be a branch of PPW, or it might have been when the Samoans still were in Hazleton. There's like a flea market in Hazleton Heights. It's like a building, and it's just like a giant indoor hometown flea market.
Oh, I know that.
So if you're at the DMV and you go straight and you keep going straight past, like where they take you up and do your driving. I don't know. So you keep going straight to the light, and then you make a left, and there's like a big lot with a building.
Yeah.
It's like a giant indoor flea market.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they
I
had
don't think it is anymore. 'cause
They had a
there's no
wrestling
signs.
show
Or as we
there.
call them, dirt malls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a wrestling show in there, and my aunt was like, "Yo, you should come up." I heard from someone that Snook is going to be there, and then Ivan Putski's grandson or something. They made
Scott
a big,
Putsy.
Yeah, they
That's
made
his son.
or son or
Scott
something. Yeah,
Putski.
they
They tried to make him, and he wasn't very
yeah,
good.
he was there. So I just remember, and,
Great body.
Captain Lou Albano was there. But he was just signing autographs. So so we get there. Are you heading out?
Yes.
All right.
See you later.
Later, buddy. So we get there, and we're there early, so we got our seats, and I guess they said, "Hey, we have 4 or 5 people who are they have some disabilities. Is anyone in the front row willing to give their seats up for these people?" And no one moved. And then it was me and my little brother. At the time, he was probably like 8, 9 years old. He was young. And I was like, Austin, get up. And he goes, where are we going to sit? I said, we'll stand. It doesn't matter. Like, it's a small place. We'll see everything. Mm-hmm. And I said, here. And they said, thank you so much. And the guy came up to me at the end and he goes, hey, man, because you did that, before you leave here, find me. Like, come find me. And I said, okay, whatever. Why? And he goes, just I'm telling you, come find me. So it was over, and I said, hey, man, you told me to come find you when the wrestling was done. He goes, come with me. And he took me in the back, and Snooker was, like, unlacing his boots and just sitting there. And he's like, Snooker, these guys gave up their seats for, you know, some people who had some disabilities and stuff, and I told them they can meet you for giving up their seats. And he goes, that was very nice of you. Thank you guys for doing that. And I was just like, thank you. And he goes, do you want an autograph? And I was like, I even said to him, like, I'm not a big autograph guy, man, but, like, can I get like a handshake or like, and thank you for being like a part of my childhood? And he goes, you're welcome. And he goes, part of your childhood. I said, you may not have wrestled like in your prime, obviously, when I was a kid, but I said, I always went back and I had your toy. Like I was upset. Like I jumped off a dresser because of you. You know what I mean? Like I got on top of the dresser. I did my Jimmy Snook and I jumped, you know what I mean? And he was like, oh, thank you, brother. And then that was that. Like it was like a 15-second conversation. Yeah. And he was like, you can hang out here. I was like, I don't want to bother you. You're gonna get changed and stuff. And I just felt like it was so forced.
I want you to see my dick, brother.
Yeah, come just check out this thing. But it was really cool. I mean, that's the only interaction I ever had with him. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. 2009 was Orton. That was when they had Legacy kind of just gang up on everybody.
This is what I thought. It was awful.
Yeah,
WWF. I thought it was terrible during this time.
There was also the night that Santino was in there for 1 second. And you had Matt Hardy turn on Jeff Hardy, cost him the title. Going to 2010, that was when Edge came back as a surprise number 30 and won it.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
And I don't think I did either.
And the Punk, that was the really good spot with that was when Punk was doing the Straight Edge Society. Mm-hmm. He came in early and would throw people out and be the only guy in the ring who would cut a promo. A guy would come in, he would throw them out.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool. And that was also when Beth Phoenix came in the Rumble.
Oh, I remember that.
And she eliminated the Great Khali.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kissing him.
2011 was the 40-man Rumble.
Yeah, that was too much. One.
I like that one part where, because CM Punk was in the new Nexus at that point, where they were all in together and they would just gang up on people and toss them, and they would just run on the table on the Rumble for a while until Cena came in. And then that was also when Diesel came back.
Yeah.
And then Alberto Del Rio won the Rumble there, last of eliminating Santino. Yeah. Santino was a runner.
Yeah, I remember he hit and they came back in. It was a big pop for him.
Man, that crowd wanted Santino to win that thing. 2012 was when Jericho had come back, and everybody was like convinced. That was like one of the real surprises. Everybody was convinced that Jericho was going to win the Rumble and go on and wrestle CM Punk at WrestleMania. And he did wrestle Punk at WrestleMania, but Sheamus wound up winning the Rumble that year.
That's a guy that has literally done everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think the only thing there's only one thing he hasn't done, I think.
Women's champion.
Yeah.
Is he a Grand Slam everything?
I think so.
Has he had the U.S. title? I think he has.
I'm not sure. I remember he put a thing up. He won a Rumble.
I don't think he was ever Intercontinental champion.
He has world champion. He has tag team. He's
done a lot.
He's had like 2 Money in the Banks.
He's never been like Universal. He was 2 Money in the Banks? I know he had the one.
He has one or two Roman. Or something like that. I just remember seeing it. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think the only guys who ever had Money in the Bank twice was Punk did it twice, and Edge, but he didn't win it the second time. He actually won it from Mr. Kennedy. Because Taker got hurt and they had to improvise. 2013, Cena wins again. That was when you had the surprise Jericho return at the very beginning, where Ziggler was number 1 because he had just run Jericho out, and then number 2 was Jericho coming back. And I mean, that one's everybody knew Cena was going to win, and then The Rock beat CM Punk later that night to win the title, set up twice in a lifetime. 2014 was the first time everybody got angry in Pennsylvania because Daniel Bryan didn't win the Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh.
Rey Mysterio out of the building.
Yeah, because everybody thought what happened was that was the first time betting odds really had an effect on something. Because at that morning or that afternoon, it came out that Daniel Bryan was the number 1 betting favorite to win the Royal Rumble, even though he wasn't even supposed to be in it, and he wasn't in it. He lost to Bray Wyatt that night. Really good match. It was like Bray Wyatt's best match ever by far.
So this night is the night I came back to pro wrestling.
Oh, okay. And so everybody's expecting Daniel Bryan, even though everybody kind of knew Batista was winning the Rumble before that. But because that story came out where Daniel Bryan was a betting favorite, like, oh, he's going to win. And then number 30 comes out and it's Rey Mysterio.
And he was red hot at the time, too.
And everybody turns on Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I remember everyone's like, yo, you need to get back into wrestling. You need to get back into wrestling. And I said, why? Like, what? I have mixed martial arts. I'm happy. I don't need pro wrestling. And they said, there is 2 guys that will literally change the way you think of wrestling. And they're super old school guys, and you will absolutely fucking love them. And I said, who? And everyone said Daniel Bryant. They said Daniel Bryant, and they said CM Punk. And shortly after this Royal Rumble, they were gone.
They were gone, yeah.
And I'd never seen them again.
The move would have been if they would have wanted to turn into it, because that was when you had Bad News Barrett, and he should have been number 30.
Yeah.
You thought Daniel Bryan was going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, I tell you what, I watched it,
booed.
and I seen the Daniel Bryan Bray Wyatt match, and that night I became a Bray Wyatt fan, and then I seen CM Punk, and I was like, what is the hype with this guy? Because he was like, you find out he had like a huge infection, and he was hurt, and he
got concussed in that match.
He was concussed. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. And then Batista won. I was like, this is fucking terrible.
So then 2015, now they're across the state in Philly, and Daniel Bryan's in the Rumble. He had just come back from his injury, and oh my goodness,
He gets eliminated, and they turned.
They thought that if they let him out early, like people would be mad for a little bit and get it out of his system.
Nope.
No, they did not. They did not.
They just shit on everything that happened after that.
Mm-hmm. They booed The Rock when The Rock came out.
I was watching. I was like, oh.
The only time they kind of got back into it was when it came down to Roman and Rusev. And they're like, and people kind of started to get behind Rusev a little bit. And they were the final two. And then when Rusev got tossed, it was like, because I think they did a tease where like it was almost like the Santino thing where you kind of forgot Rusev was in the match.
Yeah.
And he dumped like I think it was like Kane or somebody.
That's almost becoming the cliche now where you forget a person's there.
And so then you have, everybody. The other thing on that show, though, amazing three-way title match with Brock, Rollins, and Cena.
Okay.
For the title.
Yeah.
2016 was when Roman was a champion, and they made a thing because he was feuding with Triple H and the Authority.
Yeah, he had to defend the title in the Royal Rumble.
He had to defend the title in the Rumble, and he had to come in number 1. And they did a thing where he did a stretcher job, but he comes back later, and then Triple H is number 30. And he gets Roman out of there, and it comes down to Triple H and Ambrose, and Triple H wins the title.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. And Roman took off for 75% of it. It's like, which that didn't help him at all.
Speaking of Rumbles that weren't very good, 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. Royal Fumble.
That was when Orton won the Rumble for a second time, and everybody was like thinking Samoa Joe. Everybody was waiting for, and I think he debuted the next night or something like that. But everybody wanted Samoa Joe to be in there, and it's number 30. Everybody thinks it's going to be Joe, and
and I just remember being going, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And I kind of actually got my hopes up here because he comes in and he throws out The Undertaker. I'm like, they're doing it. They're going to make him a heel. Like, because that's how you make him a heel. He's number 30 to piss everybody off, and he throws out The Undertaker.
Yeah, one of the beloved people.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I thought after that, because everybody kind of knew they were going Roman and
everyone
Undertaker.
thought either Joe or Finn Balor that night.
Yeah, that's true. But because I thought they were going to go like all in with making Roman a heel, because I figured they're going to do Roman and Undertaker WrestleMania. I think he's going to cheat to beat him. And be like, it'd be great.
2007 was the night that they pretty much solidified that they are never going to give you what you want in pro wrestling in WWE ever again.
Yeah. And then in 2018, they're like, okay, let's throw him a bone. And they had Nakamura win the Rumble. That was a really good Rumble.
Yeah, I was at that one. That was good. And then women's was good, too.
Yeah, and then that's when Asuka won.
That's when Ronda first came.
At the very end.
Yeah. Asuka wins the Rumble, and then Ronda comes out while they're in the ring.
And then they never gave Nakamura the title or anything. And it was like, not even.
Or Asuka. Well, he gave Asuka the SmackDown title later, but not at Mania. And then last year... Sorry. And then last year, the Power Couple wins both of them. Becky Lynch comes in as a sub and wins the Women's Rumble. And
I hated it.
Seth wins the Men's Rumble.
It was too predictable.
It was very predictable.
I don't mind predictable.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. You know the good guys are going to win at the end of Avengers, but it's still a good movie.
And then just a few things we brushed. There were a few house show Rumbles. We said the One-Man Gang one. In 88, Rick Rude won a house show Rumble.
Oh, wow.
In 1994, they did one at the Garden. And the Fatu and Owen Hart were the final two.
Oh, boy.
Owen Hart won that one.
Owen won that one.
And then they did one in Japan that year, and The Undertaker eliminated Bam Bam Bigelow to win.
Nice.
And then they've done someone like Raw. The one really good one was in 2004 after the Rumble that didn't happen. They did one with just SmackDown guys. It was 15-man, and Eddie Guerrero won to get a title shot.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Just in closing here, we already have our predictions. We talked a little about PPW. If without saying yourself, who's your PPW winner, Rumble? Who's your pick? If it can't be you, Andy, you go first.
Considering Clutch keeps the title. Jeez. Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know. Deshaun Pratt.
Pratt?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Brian?
Andy notwithstanding, I'm going to say Charles Mason.
All right.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to say that just because I found out that he needs to be a Grand Slammer, Moran finds a way to win it. But before he has a chance to defend his title, he has to wrestle you, and you take that title off Sean Moran.
Oh, the TV title.
TV title.
Okay.
We're kind of forgetting something, that Deshaun Pratt also has a golden ticket.
Oh, I forgot. Then why is he in the Battle Royal?
When did he get that?
Am I right about that? He has. Yeah, he does have that, right? I'm not.
Yeah, no, he's had it before he got injured and came back.
So maybe Deshaun Pratt walks out the champion Saturday night.
Oh my God, dude! I don't think anyone even remembers he has that, but you.
Why is he in the fucking Rumble? So you have 2 title shots. Hey, if I don't get you that first time, I'll get you again.
That happened with Edge. That happened with Edge, where he.
What if he cashes in his Rumble thing, loses, and then he goes, "But I have the golden ticket," and hits him with a chair, and
that happened with Edge, where they did some kind of tournament where he won the title or won this tournament for a title shot against Benoit. Oh, I said it again. And then he had the Money in the Bank too. So he could just lose that one and then cash in.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen.
Yeah, Alex, who do you got for your Rumble winner?
Man, I'm looking at everybody right now.
Drew Adams.
And there's a couple.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's my pick for not winning it.
Jay Lyon.
Could you imagine?
He's going for that big steak.
I'm gonna say no tag team guy.
You know what? I'm gonna go with newcomer Killian McMurphy.
That would be fantastic.
Right. Yeah,
fantastic. That'd be a good way
to make an entrance.
That'd be a way to keep him.
Who do you
around.
think's out first?
Drew Adams.
No, he has to be like second. First, it has to be like
Antonio.
Someone big.
Antonio.
Or like Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Drew Adams could be a good first one, and then the big guy's number 2, and like, oh boy.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll get out of here. Alex, I know you kind of plugged it already, but you got anything else for us?
I think I said more than I was willing to say, man. You guys took it out of me. But, at High Tension HTW all over social media. Keep a lookout, guys.
And go check out those boys over at the Double Wicked Turtle Network as well on Facebook and all social media. They're starting up Wicked Turtle Gaming. Paul went out and just bought a whole bunch of new equipment. So there's cool stuff coming out of Wicked Turtle Productions soon. 100%. And you're going to see a lot of cool collaboration between Wicked Turtle and Tornado Tag Podcast. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Absolutely.
Andy?
Okay, Atomic Championship Wrestling live
tonight.
Tonight. I guess you can say if you're listening to it on Friday the 24th, the 24th. Yeah, then you can go down to Club Reverb in Reading, Pennsylvania, and see ACW, and then
Andy versus Johnny Moran.
Yeah, that's the match there, and Mike Quackenbush will also be there with a couple of Chicago guys.
I'll be there. I'll see you guys.
Oh, cool. I'm hoping it's good.
I will be nearby. I'll be at a hockey game that night.
Wow, it's a cool building, so hopefully
you guys got to get to an HCW show for real.
Yeah. Friday nights I do a beer podcast, but
these two are.
Well, they serve beer.
Yeah, they do.
These two are only Friday because it's at Reverb, and then usually does Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously PPW Saturday. So
yeah, Brian.
Bittersweet plug. Murder My Dude has ended its run, but the archives are available.
Really?
Just look it up. Yeah, we are done.
Wow. But did you run out of murders?
No, there's plenty of murders. Ran out of dudes. But no, you can still check out the archives. You can look it up on, just look up Murder My Dude on any podcast service. You'll get over it. But yeah, you can still check it out. They're still up there. There's plenty to go through.
It's a fantastic show. I'm not gonna say was. I refuse to say it's a past tense.
I'll say it. It was a fantastic show.
It's a great show. Check it out. Now we have more. We have more Brian for TTP. But yeah, I have coming out. We're going to shoot it tomorrow, Friday, but it won't come out until in 2 more weeks. But we're doing a special Bangin' Beers gimmick episode.
All right.
The last time we did a gimmick episode was all brown bags, and we did all like disgusting malt liquors.
Oh God!
Tonight,
it'd be funny if it was brown bags. You had to guess what it was.
Yeah. Now we're doing on Friday, which will come out in 2 weeks. We're doing a White Claw versus Bud Light seltzer episode.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fun fact: you can chug a seltzer beer. It's very.
I don't like regular seltzers. They're actually kind of delicious. I'm not a big seltzer fan.
I tried one, and you don't taste the booze. I'll give that.
It's very flavorful.
That's why basic white girls like it.
Yeah, and it's actually stronger than most. It's stronger than all your light beers.
Really?
So if you have a guy in a bar and he's like, "Oh, you're drinking a White Claw," and I'm like, "You're drinking a Miller Lite. Mine's stronger than yours."
Yeah.
It's actually they're 5% alcohol. which is shocking for a
like
shelter.
Twisted Tea's the same thing?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
extremely high for no reason. But yeah, that's all I got. So check out. Make sure, Alex, you send me all the links to your stuff then as well. Please do that, and I'll get them in the descriptions right away. We will see you guys at PPW. Come up and see us. Take a picture with us. Talk to us. We'll do something cool. We'll make like a little, maybe cool little vignette if you want to do like, hey, we're a super fan and you are now listening to TTP. I mean, I know a lot of people do it with actual wrestlers, but I'll do it with fans too, man. Anything. Like I'd rather have someone do it who actually listens to our show than paying somebody on that
Cameo or
website.
something.
Yeah.
Well, when you're a big podcast, you get them for free.
Yeah, we'll eventually get there. We'll be big. We'll have big dick energy soon. But that'll do it. Thank you, Alex, for hanging out with us the whole night.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
The two-part Wicked Turtle episode interview is coming very soon for Interviews with Everyday People as well. So you can check out the videos. Alex has he'd tell all. This guy.
God, you will learn more about me than you've ever imagined of wanting to know.
Yeah, it was a very good interview. Both of them told some candid stories. If you thought you knew the Wicked Turtle boys, wait till you hear this story. You're going to hear a lot of stuff you didn't know. And it's not even like bad stuff. I mean, everyone has a past, but your past doesn't define who you are now. So maybe you'll even be like, holy crap, man, you guys came a long way, and I'm glad you are where you are now. So it's going to be a great interview. Definitely check it out.
Awesome, guys.
All right, man. I love you to death, brother. I'll see you soon.
Same, brother. See you guys.
See you, man. And that'll do it for Tornado Tag Podcast. We'll see you guys next time. We're out.
Adios.